ad hoc, fucking poster, or you can buy the cards.
Mm-hmm.
You try and find the artist, and I bet you $20 the artist has a high
Or you
like
can
high proof
buy the cards.
on their like fucking art You station
try and
or their doodle-a-doo.
Tons of watermarks everywhere.
All right, friends, we're streaming now.
We're streaming.
Post from them.
Weld
yes,
thinks
no.
Weld thinks that there haven't been enough wagons to bench. Why is this?
Wild. Are there any people you want me to contact from the Synectic 7? I'm thinking about it. I meant to ask. I got distracted by Final Fantasy. We know about Nurse.
Yeah, that is true.
We know about
says
Nurse.
hi, by the way.
Yeah,
she's
she was at the
fine.
she was at the bulwark.
Nurse is
but
with
I
you,
don't-
so she's fine.
Yeah.
We're missing Beans, Pelt, Sapper, and Toes.
Pelt is also in
Beans.
Bifrost.
Pelt is in Bifrost. Never mind.
Oh, that's
So
right.
that
Pelt
means
was with her.
Bo. That means Bo is also in Bifrost, so that's okay.
Yep.
So missing.
So we're missing Beans, Sapper, and Toes.
Do you want me to check on any of them or
Hmm.
all of them? We're traveling, so I can spend the spell slots.
Check on Dapper and Beans. Toes should be fast enough that if he is anywhere where we are not, he will be where we are when we think to ask him where he is.
Cool.
I love you. I love you, Cyrus. You always understand when I say long words.
I don't, but you seem very confident, so I'm trusting you.
But yes, how's Alberto doing?
Wait a minute. Sorry, DM. Do you
Mhm.
want to lead us into anything? Because we are just a...
I would love to say some things,
Schmucks.
yes. I would love to say
Sorry.
some stuff, yeah. I mean,
Apologies.
hey, listen. You guys are the players. I am the boat. You are the outboard motor.
Still.
But that being said, I do have to address a leak in the boat, which we're going to patch right now. So a thing that me and Ann just realized that absolutely nobody remembered last session when it would have been important is that Durork's little brother, Grabthor, was in Odinheim.
Yep.
So
And Dork was with us.
Yeah, so let's just make some assumptions as to what would have actually happened last session, which is you guys would have known that going in with the express purpose of bringing them together, which
Yes.
you would do. Grabthor would return to Bifrost with you guys and also stay with you for the time being until the brothers can return to their home in Watchets. Is everybody okay with this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Is there anything else? I mean, you guys are still working on a list of people you want to check on.
Yeah, I figured I'd do that while we're en
Sure.
route.
Okay.
I'm also shuffling my spells right now, so please take your time.
Okay.
Preparing
I will want
spells.
to. I guess we can address the. I mean, we can put off the gathering of that information as long as you want. But there might become a time where you need to act on it. So maybe sooner than later. But I feel like Watchets, either Black Ram or Watchets would be a good time to make sure that you guys make sure that we've followed up on that.
Okay.
So, first of all, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Who wants to recap what happened last week?
Yeah. Okay. I was in the wild, and then we found the Black Ram, and in Black Ram there was a big cart, wagon, whatever, full of books, and a whole bunch of dead squids around the bookmobile. And once me and the Rouges and everybody else destroyed all of the evil squids, even that big squid,
Mm-hmm.
we then got the bookmobile back to Black Ram, where we could get all of its books. So that's nice.
It was
What
a
did you
fight
guys do?
of John versus brains.
What did we do?
Yeah, yeah. What did you freaks do?
I mean,
so
some of us
We welcomed
went.
a cadre of
we went back to
Welcome, cadre of guests.
Bifrost. We met up with everybody that came there, and we did some trades between Bifrost and Odenheim, such
Right.
as
Mhm.
Talos to safety.
Yeah, last session was like 3 hours of you guys just sitting in Bifrost and watching an NPC parade happen.
Yeah.
So currently, to recap the plan, those of you in Bifrost are going to travel, and I should definitely recap who the group is now. So, you folks in Bifrost, which includes Zakar Pemberley, Cyrus Brando, Durork, his brother Grabthor, Maxwell, and Krapelka, are going to be traveling northeast to Blackram, where they will meet up with Wild finally. The party
Yes.
will be finally back together for the first time since their separation. And then further east to Watchets to find a ship, and then hopefully make it to
Hey.
Grick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I apologize. I have a mechanics question.
Yes.
How do I stop concentrating? I'm currently concentrating on a spell.
Well, I don't. Where does it say?
Where does
this?
it say?
I can see it swirly. There's a swirly on Branding Smite. And if I click it, it'll be like, you cannot maintain concentration on more than one effect.
It's on your spells.
Yeah.
Branding Smite. What level is that? Help me out.
It's a second level. I just unprepared it, so it just should
I
just be near
see.
the top.
So there's I don't know what you call it. There's 3 dots off to the right. There should be a break concentration function
Oh,
at the
The
that
meatball menu.
I was about to say it was like correct.
you.
Those are meatballs.
Yeah, I know hamburger. I don't know meatball
Mhm.
yet.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Yep.
you.
I'll compartmentalize
Silly question,
that for
sorry.
later. No.
Carry on.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, so where was I? Yeah. So you guys are coming up with a list of stuff that Cyrus and or Pemberley, if you feel so inclined, to be reaching out to on the road, to check on their status. Are you still working on that, or do you want to give me a list?
Oh, here, let's see. Well, first I want to ask, do we want to check on Glornin again? We know he's alive. Did we need to talk to him for anything?
Not now. Not that
Okay.
he's, indisposed, missing.
He's
We have-
alive and mostly safe and heading south.
We have a new Glornin.
We traded in.
We traded him for General Barak. Oh, Trek
Let's
9.
do-
We're gonna-
No,
No,
Also
no,
wrong.
no.
just keep throwing out
No.
names.
Lord
Okay.
Ebenforge,
Ah,
father of Raja Ebenforge.
Right, our friend, yes, because you talked to him. Good work. All right, I'm moving that from the list. Trag 9, because this will directly affect what Jork and Grapthar are up to. So let us call and check in on them.
Put it on the list.
I got the list.
Grabthor.
I mean, that's maybe not a great idea.
No?
Why couldn't we
Well-
talk to Grabthor?
We talked to Grapthor.
Oh, why wouldn't we talk
We-
to the other one?
Trag 9.
Well, okay. Cyrus, who are you trying to talk to?
Trag the Younger.
Okay. The last time we saw him, he was in a cage in Tierfang. The time before that, we killed him.
But after he was in a cage in Tierfang, we talked with him. And, he probably wasn't our biggest friend, but he was okay with us. He
I
was
mean,
all, thank you
he-
for saving us.
He did help you kill the Empress. That very much did
Yeah.
happen.
Like, I'm sure he's got complicated feelings about us, as I'm sure his dad does, because we've killed him, what, twice? 3 times now? We've killed both of them. They shouldn't like us.
I dug that man out of a hole like a.
Hold up.
Okay.
We is doing a lot of lifting right now.
Fine. I killed. Oh, so no, sorry. Brando killed Trag 9. I killed Trag 8.
They both
Wild
got
also
better.
killed Trag 8.
Very
They had
strong
to move on.
bloodline. They both
Yep.
bounced back from it.
Yeah, they're doing great. Also, out of character. How is my character the primary? Like, I want to kill monarchs, like murder hobo, and has 0 monarch kills in this entire party.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like
We're ahead
someone
of
has nutted up and done the thing that they should.
I didn't do it on accident.
Yo, it just
I was,
occur-
I
it
was
just
sleeping.
it just occurred to me. Trag 8 has died to Cyrus and to Wild.
That's what
Yeah.
you said.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably got
Yep.
complicated feelings about it, which is good because I got complicated feelings about him.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, it was just like, no offense. The only people who should have complicated feelings about killing Trag the Sludog, the 8th or 9th or 7th or 10th, is Cyrus and I, okay? Cyrus for obvious reasons, me for also maybe obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I'm just going to come out and say it. Dibs.
Dibs.
No, listen, I got mine. I got
Yeah.
mine. I got mine. I'm done.
We're cool now.
He only needed the one. The fact that he got better, that doesn't matter. That's not the point.
I dug his ass out of the ground like a gopher. Okay. I'm safe knowing that I am stronger and more capable than either Trag Kings.
The
Not
unfortunate
their fault.
the unfortunate thing is that aside from the 2 Trag Slidags, if you're looking for monarchs to kill, they fall into 2 categories. Either like that person's actually nice, or ugh, woof.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, we all killed the Empress of Tyrfang, so let's all just give ourselves a little bit of a hand in the back by that. We can all claim a W
Okay.
in that. We can all
Mhm.
claim a W in
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, dear.
Collectively.
There's that. The King of the Changelings has only ever been very nice to us.
Yeah.
Sir
Kill
Bond,
him?
what?
So kill him?
Did you kill him?
Kill him.
No.
You guys
I-
are completionists.
No.
Anyway, we'll consider that option later.
Yeah.
But Sir Bond doesn't have a king, so moot point. And Sunaemon was on our side, but now he's dead regardless.
See, so there you go. You might get to kill the new king of what was that, Hunter's Vale?
Yeah.
If
you go.
his if his name starts with Gon and ends in Ketsuo, then all right, sounds great.
And even that's a
Oh.
Yeah, even that one I'm not looking forward to.
yeah.
Nah, I'd win.
What's your list
Yeah.
up to, Anne?
As a,
How
You
many
got
names you-
stuff.
I mean, as a
All right,
population,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I mean, quote unquote impartial third party. If you need to speak with Trag 9, I mean, I guess he has the least complicated fifis about a random gob.
That's true. And
Yeah,
you
that-
know him too. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. We should just use intermediaries, and that way people wouldn't have to talk to us directly.
Actually, that's probably safer.
I
just
didn't sign
have-
up for that. I'm not gonna be a fucking diplomat.
No. You already said it. You already said I'm going to talk to everybody else that no one else wants to talk to. That's your job now.
I have to say, I feel a weird responsibility for Trag 9. Not responsibility, but like now he's stuck in the pact. So I don't mind talking to him.
We can bond over our shared traumas.
How
Yeah.
many names you got on that list, Anne?
I've got 9, but 2
Okay.
of them are mom and dad, and I can call them later.
I'm not. I did not ask you. I'm not opening. Like. This is not an argument. This is not a
Do it.
I asked you for a list
Okay.
of names.
All right, here's my
I don't
list of
require an
priorities.
explanation. I require a list of names.
Zakar, do you want me to not call Trag9?
I mean, I would put him at the bottom of the list.
All right, then let's start with people who are important to us currently. Let's start with Beans.
It's he will
Yes,
be
I
alive.
misspelled that, but I don't care.
I know this.
Give me the whole list, Dan.
Oh, you want the list? Sorry, they want to do one at a time. All right,
No,
we're
no, I
doing,
don't want to. No, we're not going to do that.
Beans.
We're going to decide how
Sapper.
many you can do in a period of time.
We're doing Beans, Sapper, Pox, General Barrock, Baldra, Alberto,
Mm-hmm.
Gull, Trag9, and then Mom and Dad.
So you have all those names, and you can cast sending 8 times a day if you don't cast anything else.
Yeah, if I use my fourth and fifth, and I think I had some set aside for doing locate object also on the friendship coins.
Okay, but that's
I
only
had-
like
so-
100 feet or something, right?
Yeah,
1,000.
so
Yeah, that's not gonna.
I
do
think
anything.
I think I had set up for like eight
Mhm.
sendings and 4 locate objects.
Okay. In that case, that's not terrible. So, instead of like making you roll dice or anything, I'm just gonna go down that list and I'll just tell you some things. Let's
boy.
just start at the top. Okay, so you had your folks at the top.
I put them at the bottom.
Okay. All right, who's at the top?
Beans and Sapper.
Okay. Where the fuck is Sapper? I'm gonna have to. Hang on. I'm gonna have to Control F some names. Okay.
I just want to hear like
Uh,
the upper plane.
Would it tell you? You can't message somebody on another plane, right? Or sending. Sorry.
I think it automatically fails if they're not on the same plane as
No,
you.
wait. We just talked about
You can
this. 5%
you can send the
chance of
message
failure.
across any distance and even other planes of existence, but its target is
Wow.
on a different plane. There's a 5% chance it doesn't arrive. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. There
That's
you go.
actually very generous. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
good,
Wow.
good news.
it's-
Sapper is not on another plane.
Yay.
He is safe in Mornstead.
Mornstead, okay.
Yeah.
By
and,
the lighthouse.
Yes.
Wow, yeah, all the way by
Mornstead?
the Sky
Very
Guard.
same. Yeah, very same. Eastern continent. And I don't think.
Mornstead.
Yeah, he wouldn't have any better. He wouldn't have
But
any
he's safe?
additional. He wouldn't have any additional intel for you, but he would tell you that he is
Okay.
safe in Mornstead. He's making do. Beans
Got
would
it.
tell you that he
Yeah, that's
is
good.
west of Odenheim. And he's making his way east, and he's traveling with Toes, and some other folks.
Nice.
Beans and toes west of Odenheim.
Hit me with another.
The next was General Barock.
No, it was Pox.
It was Pox.
Yes. General Barrack's coming up.
Pox.
Pox is next.
Gotcha.
The
Okay.
one changeling friend I remember.
Pox. Hang on. I'm gonna roll a dice. Okay. Pox would tell you that he's pretty sure. He says he's traveling. He's been traveling through the jungle for a while with some other folks, and he's pretty sure that he's on Grick. But hard to say.
Can I ask him a follow-up question on
Sure.
if he knows anything that's been going on? Just because we haven't touched base with the changelings in a while.
Uh-huh.
Just like any news from the kingdom since before the shuffling.
He would tell you he doesn't have the ability. We keep saying he as if changelings
They- yeah.
have a
Yeah,
we
they-
differentiate that shit. Pox does not have a constant direct line of communication with anybody in power
Okay.
in his in his governmental body.
there.
So he actually Pox has no idea what happened to the
All right.
sovereign.
Worth the try. Glad they're safe. Maybe we'll run into them.
Mhm.
Okay. Next was General Barak.
Barak. How did I spell it? Okay.
And let me should check off those spell
Where the
slots.
fuck? Okay, there
while
he
you're
is.
doing it.
Barak would tell you that he is fine. He's in Fairbrook.
Oh, okay.
He can't.
Making a
He
note.
couldn't really tell you more than that, though.
Earl, Barak, safe in Fairbrook. Okay. Next is Baldra.
Oh, Baldra.
I just liked her. I don't know if she'll have anything useful to tell us, but she was cool.
Baldrish would tell you that she's in a very exciting small town named Orden.
Hey!
That has been that has been a very exciting place to be as of late. But she's met all kinds of very interesting people and helped them kill a lot of Illithids.
All right, well, that's cool. There's a lot of rad people in Orden specifically.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that's also probably where the Skyguard have fallen back to with
Yeah.
Aurelian and Davin right
Mhm.
about now.
Should I call back and relay that there are other people we know there, or just leave her to it? She's probably made friends with them. It's fine. Okay, next is Alberto.
We tell him about Huelga.
Brando tells me to tell her about Huelgo. Okay.
We found
In my message, I'm like, give me your status update. Also, have you ever heard of someone named Huelga? Brando is curious.
He would probably respond like the first thing he would say in his response is first of all like, yes, this is Alberto.
Yay.
And then when he hears the name Huelga, that sound would have a would be interrupted by the sound of a string breaking. And there would be nothing more for him to say.
Okay. Brando, he says twang.
Interesting. Sounds like there's history between these two.
Well, he's alive, so there's that. Okay. Next on the list is Gull.
Gull. You cast Sending on Gull. The spell does not go through.
Oh no.
Wow.
Congratulations, you found the third person who died in round 1.
I hate this game. No.
There were 3 people that died very early on in that whole exchange.
In the shuffle.
Yeah, like the first round of the shuffle. Like the first people who went were King and Sunamon, Sunmaster Nell, and Gull.
That sucks.
Yep.
R.I.P. All right. Next is Trag 9.
Trag 9 would be surprised to hear from Mr. Brightblade, but would assure you that he's fine. The kingdom of Daka is in a weird place, but watch its stands yet.
Okay, I would have relayed that at least Jork and Grabthor would be heading that way.
Okay, yeah, he would be. He
and
would
like
be happy
asking
to,
if there's.
He'd be happy to hear that
Okay.
too. He's ready to. He's ready to receive Watchet's true chieftain.
Cool.
All help is welcome.
Cool. I called Dad because I was a bad frog child and forgot to call him last time.
Remind me which. So it's. What's your fucking. What's their names?
Glug, Bribbit. Fuck, what was the name?
Glug.
Glug
was
Ribbit.
Glug's my sister. Bribbit's my mom. He has a name very similar to Bub.
Yeah, Glob.
Is it you?
Is it Blub?
So none of us can remember your dad's name.
Hold on, it's on my character sheet. I'm digging.
Glub is your sister.
Yes, Glub is my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Where? Glog, Glug, and Bribbit.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, it's not Ribbit like I thought. It is B-R-I-B-B-I.
Yes, Bribbit.
It's
Ribbit.
It's B-Ribbit.
Bribbit.
Yeah,
Yep.
B-Ribbit. B-Ribbit, Glog with 2 G's and Glug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, Glen that's like the dwarvish pronunciation of it. It's actually Galen. You gotta have like that throat.
Glen.
Yeah, the throat
G-U-
swell out.
G-U- LL, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Your mother, Brebbit, would say that she's been a little bit scared since the shuffle happened, but in retrospect, she's pretty safe. She's in a town called Mornstead. It's got a lighthouse.
Mom's also in Mornstead.
It's been very weird here, but she's making do, and everybody has been taking care of each other here.
All right.
Tell her to meet up with Sapper if she needs a friend.
Yeah, we got a couple people in Mornstead now.
Your dad would let me think.
Don't you dare say he doesn't respond.
He
Don't do it.
responds. Your dad responds.
Okay, good.
Okay, there we go. Okay, great.
Yeah, so help me, I will be the adventurer who has living parents to the end of the adventure.
Your dad would tell you, he ended up he has largely been completely ignorant of what's happening in most of the world. Because he appeared somewhere that was completely foreign to him. He could have very easily mistaken it for another plane of existence entirely. Then he met one other guy who was also stranded there, and between the two of them, they were able to discern that they have landed on the South Pole.
Oh shit!
Dang.
Wow.
On the South Pole. Good luck, Dad.
They are one of the few people that landed in Scoria.
We were talking about iced frogs earlier. Now we have more iced frogs.
Yeah. All right. Good to know. Yep. That's all my spells. I'm gonna go. Oh.
Cyrus, tomorrow I have one last one.
Okay.
Does anyone? Well, here, maybe not. Does anyone remember where Tao went? Have we heard from him? Could have sworn I have.
Yes. We heard from Tao. I checked on him. He's in a jungle with a changeling and an orc. Hey,
Right.
he's in
That's
the
what it
jungle with a
was.
changeling. He's probably
The
with
changeling. Oh, okay. We have to go. We gotta go to Greg.
Yeah, well, that's where we're heading. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do we want to? It
I love you. Goodbye.
This may be unnecessary, but do you guys want to do the rumor mill?
Oh, the info
game? Yeah. Do you guys want a rumor mill?
Sure.
All right. We're over on the map screen.
If nobody has anything, I'll go for airship.
8.
Okay. I will allow everybody to make a single roll on the table.
D20.
Yeah, it's gonna be a D20 roll. And tell me what it is that you're looking for, or whom.
I would like info on bit stings, please.
Oof.
Okay, hang on. I gotta figure out where.
Chris, I must also apologize. I accidentally did 10 sendings, not 8.
10?
Because my list had 10 people on it,
That's
and then I
fine.
was like, I won't do mom and dad.
It's fine.
And then
you had a couple. You had a couple of.
couple of days.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 second. Let me change that.
I would actually definitely love if Bahamut just went, listen, little buddy, I'm not gonna lie. You can have as many phone calls as you want. I really don't care. The world's ending.
Yeah.
The world's ending, buddy.
Yeah.
You can have as many phone calls as you need.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
Thanks, Dad.
There was an episode of Crit Roll where they did that. They were telling a story about like the basically like the origin of like the deity, you know, network, like the network, basically. Like they hadn't decided on all the rules of divine magic yet. And she's sitting there being like, so I'm sorry, I know this isn't how the spell works. And her deity was like, honey, we don't know how the spells work yet. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, we don't know how they work yet.
Yeah.
Just do whatever you want.
Okay,
It's
so
fine.
Wild, you wanted to know about bit stings?
I wanted to know if Bitstings was still standing because I
Okay.
think the last thing I heard about Bitstings is that they were under attack by Illithids. But then who
Yes.
isn't nowadays?
Yeah, Bitstings has basically become a it's basically become a front line. Like now that Illithids are entrenched in Daka, they've started to march northward. And so Bitstings has done this thing where a lot of refugees are leaving and a lot of soldiers are arriving to try and keep the Illithids from marching further north. So it's not in a great way right now, but it's holding. I see the Brando rolled a 7. What was your target, Todd?
Airship. I
Okay.
don't think I'm going to get much information.
You are not going to find any word on an airship with a roll of 7.
Okay.
Zakar, what do you want to check on?
Airships are in Odenheim sometimes. There you go.
That's the information. I like it.
Zakar, you with us, homie?
I don't have an answer even remotely ready, to be honest.
That's fine. You don't have to do anything. And did you want to roll for something?
Oh, shoot. I don't. I should. I also was busy trying to
Okay.
think of other characters.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, you could ask about one of them right now.
That's
Or you
that's a
can
good
ask
point.
about places. Or you can ask about places.
Let's ask
Whatever you
about
like.
places. Let me.
What do you want to know about? It will have to be something within the circle.
Hold on, let me get the map on the wrong page.
Honestly,
about Rick.
what I've liked doing is just rolling and then telling you what I've come up with within my DC.
No,
Is that acceptable?
But don't do that.
But don't do that. All right.
No.
Oh,
Let's see.
Ask about Grick?
I was
I
already
kinda
going to
want.
ask about
Let's get
Bitstings.
some more information about Grick. Would be good.
Okay. I mean, what kind of information are you looking for?
I'm trying to remember what we know about Grick. Is that where the pirates were? Is that Cricket Atoll? That's more north.
Grick has Dunham's loot. Grick has the temple that we need to go check. Grick has the spider lady from Dorja that I need to go have a serious talk with.
Wait.
And Grick also has Pox, Tau, and one of our orc friends.
Remind me how the loot got there. Did it get taken?
That is where Dunham got the loot, if I am not mistaken, correct? DM?
Oh, so that's where his. That's where
That's where the
his-
thing is for Dunham's loot.
don't-
Yeah, the thing from.
Okay, hold up.
Am I getting that mistaken? Yeah.
I think you're
No.
mistaken.
Just what are you trying to posit about Dunham and the loot in relation
That
to?
is where it was stolen from.
No. I'm going with no.
Oh, okay.
But think that might be where.
Where it was sourced.
Not Venom Lang. Oh,
Oh,
the
yeah.
older wizard guy.
I'm not sure.
The old wizard.
Maybe I
I'm not-
remember something. I remember something is in Grick that is magical and weird and old.
The ruins that we have to
Yeah.
go cast the
there's
magic
no-
on
Yeah.
because we got a
The-
mysterious letter, which may or may not have something to do tangentially with Dunham, and because he has the weird loot with the message in it.
That okay.
Yeah.
That is where I was getting my thoughts twisted. Thank you.
No, the Tomb of Dunham was absolutely within the kingdoms of Daka.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
his-
it was a crime when we stole it.
Right.
His note was about another place that he found, and I'm blanking on the character's name. Togir or something like that.
There was Togir, but
Yeah.
Togir figured out what the beast alluded
Yeah.
to by Dunham was, and that's why he's like, go cast this specific magic on this specific location on Grick to find out more.
Okay.
Doop.
So maybe I would like to know more about those ruins. Is that a good question?
Yeah, would that be a good one?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Um, I suppose so. It's here's my thing. I don't know what I could tell you. You know? Um, ask me a
All right, then I
question.
guess I just want to know about the kind of dangers, I guess, then that we can
Don't-
expect on Grick.
Okay, I want things is a statement. I want you to ask me a question.
Yep. I wonder what kind of bad guys are waiting on Grick.
I wonder is a statement. I want you to ask me a fucking question.
Like,
Hey,
what
Dungeon
is
Master, will you
the-
tell us?
What
is
kind of
the
enemy are we
hostile
gonna find?
situation in Grick?
Oh, what was
Well,
that, Tom?
Was the situation of unfriendlies or illithids in Grick?
Ooh.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
What is?
We know if Grick is fucked with
What have we
squids.
heard about? Yeah.
That's a good question. Go ahead and roll that
Yeah.
dice, Ann.
Thank you.
Looks like it's a DC 10. Okay, great.
Nah.
So, the situation in Grick, like it would be very difficult to get intel on Grick because ain't nobody got any reason to be there. But you would pick up somehow that illithids have not been paying it much mind. Either that or they paid enough mind to be like, this ain't worth it. And it's hard to say if it's just because like there's no viable targets for them there. Or, you know, there's nothing valuable to illithids there. Either that or there are things there that are valuable and you know, they would be suffering too many losses pursuing whatever it is. At any rate, illithids have been giving Grick a wide berth.
Good to know. Can you
Good to
remind
know.
Anne of the history?
Mhm.
I thought there were also Bullywug pirates on Grick. Like I know they were elsewhere too, but I thought that's where the feral, the Bullywogs were from.
Yes. That is
The ori-
where Grick is where Bullywugs originated from, and
Yeah.
the quote unquote civilized Bullywugs that you are
In theory, part of.
that you came from is part of that. But this is the dark. We're talking about the dark history of Bullywugs here. Like this is where they came
Okay.
from.
Got it.
This is the origin of the dark past that your people have been trying to outrun for centuries.
Mm.
Pemberley, did you want to ask the Magic 8 Ball a question?
Oh man, I was.
And what were you thinking of asking it?
Oh. Oh man, I'm totally forgetting their name. Forgetting his name.
We can help.
Oh. Oh
First-
gosh, the
First syllable.
nah, the one. Oh gosh. The man we met who was in love with Wolf.
Oh.
Right. The guy you met in Dorja.
Yep.
The original, the original Silk Blood. Go ahead and roll a dice. Roll a d20. $11.
11.
I don't think. 11's not gonna cut it. That character's name, for the record, was Drelis Doret.
Yeah, that person was cool.
And they should be
He's
on the
cool.
Dorja thing. Let me know if they don't show up for you guys.
They are.
Okay.
I'm looking at them right now.
Mhm.
The person who I was most scared of was Genre. Just crazy Drow Ranger with fucking
Yeah.
sniper arrows.
Yep. Okay. Everybody, I think Zakar didn't have anything, but If you think of something, Zakar, feel free to speak up. Otherwise, I think we're going to move on.
Okay.
Okay, so it takes you guys, a week and change to get to Black Ram. But you made it. And Wild's there, and Great Club's there, and Mazak is there, and Rogan is there, and Arcade is there, and Grook Dreadstench is there.
Kirk has joined us.
And a bunch of
Mini
books.
hugs.
Wait, I thought.
No.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was like, Grook is going to Bifrost, but I'm like, oh, we're meeting him halfway. Yes.
Nobody's traveling to Bifrost from Black Ram right now, so Grook's not going to travel alone. But anyway, yes, you arrive. Reunion. It's happening.
Mini hugs.
Yay!
I give you all the Predator handshake, you son of a bitch.
And temporarily they became the 7 pints. Or wait, no, Drork went to Odenheim, I think, right?
No,
Nope.
he's here.
Nope, Brando.
Okay,
He's
7
there.
pints. 7
I mean,
pints.
if you
More
want
than 7 at this point?
That's a good
if you want to
point.
be technical, we are like the 13 pints.
Yeah, it was
at
like
about
we
this
got
point,
Grim, Arcade.
But
God.
he's saying that like with Grook and D'Rourke being here, it's like, oh, there's additional pints here than we usually, way more pints than we usually have.
I suppose it's fair. But like
We
a
have
12
many
pack.
pints.
You're
There was
missing-
much drinking.
You're just missing Gon because he's hard to get a hold of these days, and Vilmac because he is dead.
When you guys eventually do arrive in Black Ram, Wild is already there, like just bench pressing the the wagon and just being like, "All right, come on, guys, we gotta go to Watchets or Bitstings. I want to kind of go to Bitstings. I'm not gonna lie. We should probably go to Watchets first, and that way we could go to Grick. Yeah, God, come on, we gotta go.
Wild, we missed you.
Hi, I love you too. And then I give you a beak hug.
Oh,
Hugs.
You
That's
guys
all right.
Wild
would have.
feels
Sorry,
a
I was just gonna point
something
out
around his thigh, and you see like a little goblin just hugging him.
like,
Cyrus, make a Constitution check.
okay. Am I strong at Constitution? I don't remember.
I hope so. You're a paladin.
Let's find out. You would hope so, but I think it was one of my dump stats.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's passable. Wait, that's the same.
Intelligence should be your dump stat.
I was about to say, it was just like, I don't know, don't roll a 1.
Oh, it's not bad.
It was
13, you're
almost a
fine.
1.
Yeah.
It was almost a 1.
It was next to a 1, that is true. It was
Yeah.
next to a 1.
If you
It
weren't
hovered on it.
wearing, if you weren't wearing plate armor, you might be losing oxygen.
Ugh.
Oh, your can.
Yeah.
It keeps you from being deflated. It's good.
Yep.
You guys
Thank
would
you,
notice,
Wild.
having not seen Wild since you guys, tried to leave Dorja, initially, that he now has one of his feet replaced with a smith's hammer.
I'm somehow happier now.
Do you need me to fix anything?
No, sorry, it's a war hammer. I forgot.
I look around at
Hey,
Dorja,
You walk.
or I look around at Black Ram, and I just go, I don't think anything is broken. No?
I might be able to make that better. Is that okay if Brando works on it for a bit, makes it, because I'm guessing Wild might have lost some foot speed, and Brando wants to give him foot speed.
Like, no.
Yeah, it
You'd
hasn't
be
affected him
surprised.
at all.
Okay.
Watch how fast I can still climb.
Mhm.
Let's just, can I climb a tree?
I don't know. Can you make an athletics check?
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
23.
Dig, 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 dig. Yeah.
Yep. I forget. Did you get your arm back?
Oh, yeah.
Everything's
Yeah.
The
intact.
arm was fixed. Okay.
Everything's intact
Cool.
except for that one foot.
All
That
right.
one's working.
Wild,
Also-
would you allow fucking I can't think
Brando?
of words today. Yes, Brando. Would you allow Brando to look at your hammerfoot?
Yeah, I
mean-
want to inspect all of them, make sure everything's. Brando gets the screwdriver ready.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, sure. But
All right.
first we have to go
Brando's
inside
going
because I don't want to hop
go-
around out here.
Since the foot is a warhammer, is there a joint there between the warhammer part and where the body is, or is it a stiff thing?
I always thought it was at the knee.
Like there is
Like
no
that.
articulation at the ankle.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
articulation at the ankle,
Yeah, I would
but he still has a
agree.
knee.
Yeah, I would agree. He's kind of wearing it like a peg leg right now.
Okay,
But I
Brando's
can
going to examine that and make some stuff in the future, but he'll
yeah, it hasn't
he'll
slowed him
make
down.
sure that. Huh?
It has not slowed him down.
Okay. But Brando is still going to work on it in the future. He's going to make a ball joint or something to allow him to walk a little bit better.
So you take a good look at Wild. Just in general, he's got some like wear and tear from the road that you don't, you weren't there for, so it all looks foreign to you. But after looking over it, it's like this is all stuff he deals with all the time. As far as this new foot is concerned, whoever put it on there is a master of their craft.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, it was great. I met this dwarven lady. What was her name? Anyway, she was next to oh god, it was Cyrus's old buddy.
Huh?
I'm forgetting his name. He had a kick-ass name.
It
was like Dave.
That was a
Oh, Master Fireforge.
Oh my god, yes, it was. Yes, it was Mr. Fireforge. Yes.
He's really cool, right?
Yeah.
I'm
And so is that
glad he's
lady.
alive.
She was here somewhere. I remember her face.
Excuse me.
I've
Sneeze
unfortunately
of joy.
no worries. I have unfortunately forgotten her name at this point in time, but she was very interesting, and somehow was able to work on my body pretty darn well, despite being a dwarf. They shouldn't know how to work on me. She was really good at it.
Stubble on his chin as Wild talks and
Yeah.
he examines him.
What Wild is telling you lines up with what you're seeing. It seems like the person that worked on this definitely was not trying to repair a Warforged, but they know how to repair things, certainly. This is one of the most solid fucking, joint work you've ever seen.
The welds are impeccable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Entirely fair.
Using definitely using Smith's tools and Arcana in in tandem. Yeah. They know what they were fucking doing.
Let's see.
Also,
what's
Brando,
over
I'm not gonna lie. The foot is a little bit of a memory and a keepsake, for Hammer. Because the hammer was his hand.
You know what? You could probably kick really good, especially somebody in the balls.
One of these days. Alabar.
I will
We
find
can,
the ball of the ball.
He is only a ball.
And I will kick it.
Kick him.
Brando is considering putting like those spikes that you see on certain warhammers to make Wild's kick even better.
It's got one of those. It's like the front, like the toe part is the big flat like striking part, and then the heel of it is this little like hooked horn spiky thing.
I kind of have like a chicken spur.
Yeah.
I was thinking like I'll need to get a picture, but like a grid of spikes on the like flat bit.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You want to do like the meat tenderizer, like
Yes,
Mhm.
meat
bit. Yeah.
tenderizer.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, all right. Now you can keep talking. Yeah. Now you keep talking.
Mhm.
By the way, Zakar,
Yeah.
we go to watch it next, yes?
Yep.
Beautiful. Is there anything else we need here before we head out?
I mean, I guess I could look at some books.
Might there be some supplies that might be worth picking up over here? Since we're at Black Ram?
I mean, there's plenty of stuff to
Oh, yeah, the
restock on.
books. Yes.
I mean, it might be good to have, because Grick's like just a jungle. Might be good to have some camping supplies or whatnot.
Wild hands you a package of Jackling's beef jerky and
Perfect, I'm ready.
You're just like, I've just been snacking. I don't even need to eat technically, but I've just been snacking anyway. No one's been using it. You know.
Thank you. Good.
So, do.
Oh, also, we can check off our gather our party quest tracker.
Oh
That's
yes, we
true.
can.
That's true. Is
We
that?
did it.
Oh, yeah. Gather your party. Reunite.
Level up.
Done.
We've completed a quest.
Uh-huh.
It's been a while.
A big
Yeah.
quest too.
When was the last time that happened?
Plus some too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, killing graves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Oh
good point.
yeah.
Let me see. Quest logged. Gather the party. Yeah.
Quest log.
Yeah, that's good news. We'll wait until in between sessions to do it, but that's level 16, you guys.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit!
Hey.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
These are some good hugs.
Yeah, just like group big hug, and then above that, level up.
Yeah, ding.
Level, yeah.
As we all just get Super Saiyan hair. As we all
Yeah. All there's like one frame where you're lit up like all white, like every pixel is white, and then the next frame it's like all new armor, like shinier, more vibrant looking armor suits, fancier outfits, higher colors, that kind of shit. Anyway, Zakar, as the Baron of this place, you have your whole party available to you. You also have Mazak, Arcade, Ragan. Grook's not gonna go with you. You got Maxwell and Krapelka. Krapelka will definitely come with you. But how many? What's your opinion on who's coming with you to watch it?
Well, I guess the first question would be, I mean, these guys were not alone in Black Ram. They were the Black Ram, like
NPCs
staff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, from like the people who live here, I was like, oh yeah, like, because if you have people getting ported from like all over the world, like into Black Ram, these are going to be the fuckers that are like, oh no, we actually didn't move, we live here, so this is how it works.
Right.
So like, with that perspective in mind, like, what's going on with literally everyone else of the citizenry of Black Ram? Because obviously they're going to have been shuffled all too. What does Black Ram look like in that capacity?
Yep. A fair question. So, God, I'm looking for something. Okay, there it is. Where to begin? So the people who used to live in Black Ram, that's a little rough. A lot of them are either there may have not been a system in place to account for them if they did return. So it's kind of just like word of mouth and what do we know? And they're weighing like how many people were able to return home versus how many people just live here now because this is where they ended up. At any rate, there is a population here. It's not as good as it used to be. Some of your military force has been able to return, but it's definitely not up to any significant numbers. It's just like we have a couple of we got a couple of blades on hand, but we're not in any situation to be able to like take care of ourselves in the long run if somebody decided that this was a target. And Mazak could tell you all of this as much.
Okay. Can't remember. Great Club is in tow.
Oh yeah, Great Club's here.
Okay, yeah, we do have.
I may not have.
Club.
Yep, yeah, that's missing on the list here, but we got a Great Club.
Hey, Cyrus. Send a message for me.
Sure.
Lon Tanglefoot.
Lon Tanglefoot. Okay. What do you want to say?
The usual. We haven't heard anything from him, so you know.
Okay. I
You
apologize. I
prob-
thought I'd put him on my list. I guess I didn't.
you probably got enough casts over the days to do that.
Wait.
'cause-
I know where Lon Tanglefoot is. He's with Wilhelm in Orden with Wilhelm, Stacy, Jekyll, Tanglefoot, and Arzan.
Oh, okay.
And possibly our friend who we just find out about. Valdra.
Yeah, also Baldur is there.
Yep. But I can contact him directly if you want. It sounded kind of busy up there.
No, don't worry about it.
Well, didn't you have someone else who wanted me to call?
Oh no. After we figured out that Tao was also with Pox, we're fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't worry, I checked
Okay.
on him.
Well, in
I guess I
that
could do this.
perspective
That's nice and
gained
bright.
across the board.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I just unpaused the game, which I should have done earlier. But
Oh yeah.
Also,
Mhm.
cameraman to Map of Eos.
don't tell me how to run my stream, Todd.
Okay.
Hey, how many days did it take us to get to Black Ram?
I'm gonna say a week and change. Let's say 9 days. So it'll be.
Can I recover those
There we
spell
go.
slots then?
Oh yeah, totally.
Thank you. Yay.
Okay.
Nice.
Perspective thus gained of the
I'll
answers
roll this
you've given
back.
me, Chris.
Mhm.
Zakar would basically turn to like Arcade, Mazak, Rogan, and be like, "All right, well, we're heading to watch it so we can go to Grick. Who wants to go on a stupid ass, maybe pointless journey into a fucking awful jungle, and who wants to stay here and be bored, keeping an eye on things?"
Wild raises his hand to go onto the jungle mission.
Yeah, I know, Wild. Thank you.
Wild puts his hand down.
So Dorork would say he'll follow you as far as Watchits, and then he's going to stay and make sure his city is going to be under his care.
Yeah, I didn't say Dorork.
Okay, so just
He-
we're just talking to staff. Okay.
We're just talking a Black Ram payroll
Mhm.
right now.
Yeah.
Right on. So Mazak, Rogan, Great Club, Grook, well, not
Yeah.
Grook, but Arcade.
Grook's gonna hang around because she's not gonna.
She's Grook.
She's not doing anything. she's like, if I can't go to Bifrost right now, I'm gonna stay here because I don't have a choice. I think
There's a lot of good stuff she could.
I think
Sorry.
your people are content to stay because they know that if you folks aren't here, somebody's gonna have to watch this place. Somebody's gonna have to answer for Black Ram while the Baron's not present.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all content to stay, unless you think one of them in particular is going to be useful.
It'll be nice to have a base when we come back from Watchits.
Who is playing with Mazak's?
Who do you think right now, Chris?
I don't know. It just says Mazak, and I'm like,
Me.
I'm more
Okay,
impressed
that-
of like why does that like pop up for you when I click on like Arcade?
that's a great question that we're going to answer some other time.
Okay.
I don't know why. it's
Yeah,
doing it
because
either.
I'm like, why is this showing up on not only my screen, but
Mhm. And I would take their character sheets with a grain of salt. You know, I understand what
They've
they are,
updated
in
what they're
Yeah,
capable
yeah,
of from moment to moment. So I wouldn't use that as a metric for like who do I need and who do I not need. I can tell you, Mazak and Arcade are from, well, they're from similar walks of life, but Mazak's not of the oh Lord, I can't remember the name we invented. For
no,
the kind.
he's from the Vervidas.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
He was the leader of the Vervidas unit that we
Mhm.
made when we were still making military units.
That's true. Yes, yeah, you're right. I'm forgetting things.
Wait, arcade?
No, Mazak.
No.
Mazak. Mazak. Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
And we know Rogan is he's a pathfinder. He's a scout. He's Beastmaster, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that's honestly, it's like I kind of want to bring Rogan, Mazak, and Great Club and leave Arcade here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, our Arcade has already been proven as like Team Mom, whereas the Scout is an obvious thing. Great Club is Great Club.
Yeah.
And I don't have a particular reason for Mazak other than he's a Goliath and I want to bring him.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mazak would be reticent. I mean, he'll do whatever you want, but he would point out like, technically, I'm supposed to be in charge here. Like, he's looking around, being like, I think technically I have seniority here because I'm in charge of the military. But I mean, you make the call on what is true around here.
Okay, no, you are correct, Mazak. You do have seniority in that regard. That and any second now, Bitstings, Watch It, Black Ram are going to need all the military leaders they can get a hold of.
Mm-hmm.
So so out of character, we swap Arcade for Mazak, and I was like, yeah.
Okay, so you want to bring Arcade and Rogan and Great Club?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
And we can leave Mazak behind for responsibilities that he's already privy to.
Okay, I will make a little note here. Just take those names off that and then add them to this. Doot. Here we go. Now our map's a little bit... Why does this keep disappearing? Okay. So, so you guys are just hanging out in the courtyard, interacting for the first time in a long time, coming up with a game plan. As all of you are sitting around having conversations and making plans and stuff, you would see, it doesn't really matter who would see this happen first, but you would see a man jogging briskly into the courtyard. He's arriving in Black Ram. A boy, really. Early 20s, if we're being generous. His outfit is clearly in need of some refurbishment, but so it does take a moment to realize that he's actually wearing the armor and livery of Black Ram troops. Guy just looks like he's been through the ringer. He stops, he takes a look around the grounds, his eyes fix on you guys, and he excitedly starts sauntering over. His steps seem a little uneven, his manner is a bit frantic. He doesn't appear to be, like, injured or anything like that. He just appears to, like, be... I don't know. It seems like he's having a day, is my point. But as he approaches...
He ran a marathon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It looks like he ran a marathon through the mud. And he runs up to you and he's like, Baron, you're all right. Oh, thank every god on the mountain. Oh, sorry, sir. He kind of awkwardly salutes and is like, I guess I should report in to you, seeing as how I'm finally here and you're here. He motions.
You're making some sense of it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He motions to. He's trying to slow down, but not really. He makes a motion toward Mazak, and he's like, I was tasked by Captain Quillwright a while back to visit Watchits and meet with the chieftain there to deliver a message. Should have only been a couple days trek there and back. Truth be told, I was looking forward to the assignment, getting out of the doldrums, a training exercise, and being out on the road for a bit. Thing is, Baron, I barely made it out of the grounds here when the sky got all dark and whatnot, and next thing I know, I'm not even in the Dacca lands anymore. Popped out in open air, fell a good 20 feet or so. Landed square on a rock, dislocated something in my leg, I figure. Stayed on the rock for a good bit, too scared to move. Saw some of those mind flares mulling about like they were hunting for somebody. Kept my mouth shut so as not to get my brain sucked out. Blasted vulture almost blew my cover, it did. Had to strangle the thing before it made a sound. Spent a few days nursing my leg back to where I could move. Had that vulture for breakfast, I did. Don't recommend it, Baron. Anyway, started marching, not at a great pace, mind, on account of the leg. no particular direction since I didn't know where I was. Got beset upon by some drow. They started spouting some nonsense about feeding me to their queen. First in common and then in whatever language they speak that I didn't understand. Anyway, they were in the middle of spitting all that venom when some monsters come out of the woods and start feeding on them. That's some sweet irony, yeah, Baron? So I started running away, trying not to get got by these monsters. They was vicious, sir. Never seen anything like it. Looked like something I coughed up after eating some undercooked stew. But you see, while I was running, I lost my footing and rolled down a hill. Especially unpleasant given the state of my leg. 1 second, DM needs a drink.
Yeah.
I don't know who this character is, but I love him.
I like it. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
So,
He's got.
Brando tend to his wounds or something.
anyway, so it must have hit my head on the way down the hill. I woke much later to find myself some miles in the air in the grasp of some giant winged creature. Carried me all the way to its nest, it did. Tried to feed me to its children. They weren't that big, but they were as big as me, sir. Had to put a couple of them to the blade before my blade broke. Wrestled with the last one until we tumbled out of that nest. Little bugger managed to get his wings out and try to fly, and I just held on tight. He didn't much like that, but I didn't care much what he liked or not. Dragged him down to the ground, and we parted ways. He probably didn't feel like fighting that hard for his lunch, I figure. Staggered for a while out of the woods until I came upon some travelers that said they heard of some town nearby. They agreed to take me there, and when we arrived, the town was under some serious attack, it was. Mind Flayer and their toadies have been battering that town day and night for nigh on a week. I was tired and busted up, but I figure as good a time as any to die for a good cause. So I jumped in there, bum leg and all, grabbed a pitchfork and gave him the what for, and when the pitchfork gave up the fight, I grabbed a bench and then a table leg. Pretty soon I was fresh out of good furniture. Came down to my fisticuffs, but they did all right. Before long, I just ran my fist into the maw of one of these things and pulled the tongue right out, or what accounts for a tongue on these things, and I turn around looking for another fight, and wouldn't you know it, there's nothing left, and the townsfolk are cheering and patting me on the back and whatnot. And now I beg your apologies for the next part, Baron, for I knew the duty called, but I figured that it was smart for me to lay low for a tick, aside from, my head meeting that rock. I hadn't slept much in a couple of days. Figured I should at least get my leg fixed up. Lady who was nursing me back to health, I think, had eyes for me, but I had to break her heart on account of having a job left to do. Turns out, everybody was eager to get back to wherever they came from, so we borrowed one of the ships in the harbor, started making our way back this way. Hard to tell whether it was lack of seamanship or a freak storm was to blame, but we ran aground. I floated on a piece of what I figured used to be the galley all the way to this lone island. Took a couple more days to gather enough scrap wood and fibers to build myself a raft. Ate a couple of seagulls. Don't recommend that either, Baron. Couple days later, I floated that sorry excuse for watercraft all the way to the mainland, or pretty close to it, before the raft gave up the ghost. Only had to swim a couple of miles, I figure. From there on, I grabbed onto a nearby caravan. They said they were headed to Watchets, and we had to fight a couple of ne'er-do-wells on the way, but it was actually one of the easier parts of the trek on account of our numbers. Rolled into Watchets without too much trouble, found my way to the chieftain's place, and wouldn't you believe it, he wasn't there. So, I had just left the message somewhere where he could find it, and when he returns, I would have done more if I could, sir, but what was I to do? Anyway, I stayed the night in Watchets to catch my breath. May have had to break another heart while I was there, and then I started marching back, and, I guess that brings us to the here and now. He kind of stands up straight and, brushes himself off and, awkwardly salutes again, and he's like, Private Francis Feldspar reporting for duty, Captain, Baron, sir.
Is this man Sinbad the Sailor? Feldspar.
Hey, Mazak, promote the private here.
Yeah. Make him a general. He's got...
Yeah, the whole time this is happening, you and Mazak are sharing a look. You don't have to say anything. Mazak's like, yeah, I know. And upon you saying that, he's like, sir? And Mazak's like, this way, Private. We're gonna get you fixed up. And Mazak just puts an arm around Mr. Feldspar and ushers him away to have himself looked at. And
I lean over to Pemberley and I just go, sheesh. They would have at least upgraded me to captain if I had done that kind of crap.
Have we heard the name Feldspar before?
No.
No,
Okay.
Definitely not. First name Francis, if that didn't come through. Francis Feldspar.
Thank you.
Brando's totally going to heal the shit out of him.
They will know to learn to fear.
Yeah.
Sir, here feeling like a poser next to Feldspar here. Being a badass.
I actually love that there was no moment of we didn't dwell on that at all. It's like, okay, all right, taking all that in. Okay, good. promote this man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I ran an insight check just to make sure he was telling the truth, but yeah.
Did you?
We're impressed. We're not
21?
stupid.
Yeah. At 21, Francis Feldspar is a simple, noble little man, and he made up none of that story.
Okay.
He's just a badass. He's going to have a charmed life.
Yep. We're gonna heal him good.
If Cyrus were a writer, he'd start following this guy around.
Anyway.
Slapping the bandages on him.
Anyway,
Yep.
we can move forward. So,
Oh, hey, can we point out to... Sorry.
go ahead.
The chieftain that he was supposed to deliver a message to Rourke is, like, right here.
Yeah. It's worth pointing out that this is, again, much like the much like the wagon full of books, this is just another plot thread that had to resolve itself somehow. A thing that you had done before the blip happened is you had sent word to Duroc to prepare the second wind because you had intended to go to Grick soon. And then
Wow.
the mix-up occurred. And so
Yep.
that's
And this man
so
went
this
on a-
is the story of what happened to your messenger.
Your messenger's freaking
Yeah.
rad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope. That's what it is.
Listen, the post office is very dedicated. Rain and snow.
Black Ram
They will get you that mail.
they will be well known for their correspondence service for
Yep,
decades. to come.
without fail.
Yep. Anyway.
Also, feed this man the finest steak.
Oh yeah, you guys don't have to worry about Francis. Mazak is going to make sure he is fed and first of all, he's gonna get some rest. He's gonna get some food. He's gonna get a bath. He's gonna get some fresh equipment. Like they're gonna take good care of Francis because if anybody here has earned it. So if there's nothing more in Black Ram, we can move on.
Oh, wait, Anne. Well, yes, Anne has a question.
Yep.
Are there any diamonds just floating around Black Ram? Sakura just happen to keep some jewels, just in case of a rainy day.
Jules, no, not
Ah.
really. I traditionally get paid in gold and platinum, funnily enough.
Ah, all right.
Did I not say there was gems in the last?
I mean, you offhandedly mentioned that like the giant tithe
Mhm.
that Zakar received
Yeah.
from Trog the Eighth was 50,000 gold pieces
Mhm.
worth of various treasure. That's as specific as we got.
Yes. I will say if you want to see if you can locate the thing you're looking for, we can
Yes.
roll it. We can roll a dice, and if it succeeds, you can just take the cost of it out of the Black Ram treasury.
Okay, because I have one 300 gold piece diamond in my inventory. Todd, I don't know how many you've got, but we should probably stock up in case.
I should look at the amount because where's my character sheet? Somewhere.
Yeah, I need to actually check what Revivify costs. I think Revivify
Which
is
I will need
300.
to update between now and next time we play. How many diamonds do I have?
And what do they cost?
1 diamond. I should have gotten more.
What kind of diamond?
We always say that.
Just says diamond.
Okay. You should
Okay,
keep
it-
track of the gold value of those things because it can change like what spell it's good for. I'm
Yeah.
guessing
Yeah,
it's
Revivify-
300 because Revivify is your thing, so it's probably 300.
Yeah, it's 300. I can see it. Yeah. So if I can roll right now, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
See if
Investigation
that's
check.
more. Okay. Investigation. Yeah. That's a solid 10.
I'm gonna say no, Cyrus.
Ah. I like checking couch cushions and stuff, being
Mhm,
like,
yeah. It's a sizable treasure, but like if you can imagine like Scrooge McDuck in it and just like being like, where's the fucking diamonds in here? Wild rolls 6 hit points for some reason.
I should have bought more
Don't-
diamonds while we
don't
were
mind me.
in Ardenheim.
Do you want to look, Brando?
Sure.
Are you perhaps better at investigating than I am?
I don't think I'll find anything, but okay, regular investigation.
Yes.
All right, regular investigation. Where is it? There it is. And normal.
Hey, that's much better.
22. Damn. Okay, yeah, 15 plus 7. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, you managed to come up with one. We'll say another 300 gold
Okay,
diamond.
I will add that.
Okay.
So you've
I
got,
have two.
so you have 2 300 gold diamonds, and I've got 1. All right, cool.
Okay.
That's 3 revives.
Not bad.
It's something.
Okay.
Or 3
Revives,
Yeah.
yeah.
Take Zakar, I assume you're keeping track of your own treasury.
I just minused the 300 from it.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Any more business in Black Ram?
I'm just stocking up on.
I mean, we'll
Everything.
just have people put the books away if they're just waiting on stuff.
Oh, that happened. Wild and friends had several days to unpack the wagon and get it loaded up.
Mhm.
Any interesting books in there?
It's mostly like history texts and things like that. A lot of old, a lot of dusty old tomes about history and and a couple of more scientific things like anatomy of a troll or whatever.
This one has marginalia where the scribe has inscribed flail snail.
Wow, a flail snail.
So there you go.
That's maybe I think the coolest thing I found.
Ew.
I don't know what all these other squiggles are in the books, and he points to the words.
Also, I just
Are there any of those
I
pictures?
learned that flail snail is a thing. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
That's freaky.
Cyrus, if you say it enough, it doesn't even sound like words anymore. Watch.
Flail
Flail
snail.
snail, flail snail, flail snail, flail snail.
You know, remember in some of the books in school, they used to have like knights on like rabbits, like with big lances, fighting flail snails, and then there were these other guys in the margins that were like blowing trumpets with their butts. Weird pictures in these religious tomes.
See, now these books sound great.
Yeah, right. Like that.
Pemberley, flail snail, flail snail, flail.
You're getting faster at it. You're getting faster at it, big guy.
They don't even sound like words anymore.
All right,
All right,
we're gonna move on.
I think we're ready.
It's like It's only 1 p.m. We should leave. Go to watch it.
Mhm. All right, we're gonna move forward.
Second level of fighter is actually quite boring. Not gonna lie.
Did that work? I don't know. It doesn't. It does not look like it worked.
If you were expecting it to have a visual effect on our end,
Nope.
I can confirm it.
Nope. No, I didn't do anything. Okay, cool. We're just gonna do this, brr, and then a week passes.
Flail snail.
Flail snail, flail snail,
Flail
flail snail.
snail.
This goes on for
Flail
a
snail.
week.
It's like it doesn't even make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys arrive and watch it. It's pretty much as you remember, Wild, as insofar as it's kind of rough here. People are making do. It's very dense. There's a lot of people who are seeking refuge here in Watchets. But it is also very strong for it. There's a large military force here, if a little bit, if a little ragtag. But there are definitely people here keeping this place up and running to the best of their ability. It is at this point that Drork and Grabthor would say their goodbyes, give you hugs and stuff, and then try and go meet with Tragseldag the Ninth to get the lay of the land.
Makes sense.
As they go, I do let them. I do listen. There's a reinforced bit stings. You don't want them pushing past it. If something does happen, please let us know. I
Gerard
just
will
look
do
over
his
at
best.
Right, and I just look over at Zakar and I just go, "We still have an army to. We still have a war to wage, even though we don't have armies under our command anymore."
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
All right. To the docks.
You guys arrive at the docks, which you've also been to previously, Wild.
Oh, hey, check it out. My boat's still up here. And you guys see a dinghy that is racked up in like multiple different notes that say like docking fine, docking fine, docking fine.
So as a matter of fact, when you arrive at the docks, you don't see your folding boat where you left it. You also don't see the second. You also don't see the second wind anywhere. As a matter of fact, the dock has one ship in it right now, and you don't recognize it. But it does have a name on it. It's called the Sea Fox.
I look over at you. I look over at you guys and I just go, "This isn't how I left it. This isn't how I left it. It's completely different.
Maybe we can hire the ship.
My boat is gone, Cyrus."
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Do you want me to try to look
I am in mourning, Cyrus.
Wait.
Something more important has been lost this day.
Just describe the boat to me.
But first off, foldable. Second off, a boat. Third off,
Okay.
mine.
I'm gonna cast locate object, and try to imagine this thing that he is describing.
Okay.
I lift
Is it
Cyrus
by-
higher. I lift Cyrus into the air to get
Is it
better
by-
reception.
Yeah. Is it by any chance within 1,000 feet of us?
It is not within 1,000 feet of you.
I'm
Son of a
sorry, it's
bitch. I mean-
gone forever.
That means it wasn't even the dock guys. That wasn't even the dockmaster who took it. This is bullshit. This is theft.
We will get justice for it.
No, I guess
We
we're gonna
live in
have
a
to take
society.
this boat.
We live in a society. As I walk onto the Fox ship.
Whatever this Fox bullshit boat is.
Stupid boat.
Yeah. Wild, you
Not
stalk,
even.
you stalk onto this boat. There is a crew that is milling around and doing things on this ship. They make no attempt to stop you boarding, especially since like you're walking with purpose. Like I belong here for some reason.
I belong here.
So so
Come here, you scabbards.
Yeah.
Which one of these things folds?
yeah. So you when you get on the boat,
Foldable items.
without too much trouble, you get eyes on the captain of the ship. They are also warforged, and Wild, as you know, warforged are capable of expressing themselves in the same way that any mortal can. Maybe you were built for a purpose, but that doesn't mean that you are a machine through and through. But occasionally, however, a warforged might come off the line who's decided that they don't have a need for mortal things like dreams, emotions, names, gender, all those other trivialities. This is just a thing that has happened a few times. It's always been really unclear if this was caused by something weird in the creation process, but it has never posed a problem in the war effort, so it was not an issue that ever warranted investigation.
Beans used to be a very beautiful, pretty girl.
Yeah, there you have it. Funnily enough, same as Beans looks exactly the same. They just don't wear the clover in their hair anymore.
See?
Yeah. So one
cool.
such individual whom you've probably never actually crossed paths with much, if at all, was a sea captain in Daka's navy who simply goes by the number 64. 64, not known for their witty repartee, but were content to serve doing what they did best. And that individual now stands before you.
A very wild smile comes on Wild, and he goes up and he just says, hello, 64.
Mhm.
I am Wild.
And 6'4"
Great character design.
looks you up and down, giving you that look of recognition. You guys have never spoken previously, but both of you know that you share, that familiar life circumstance. Looks you up and down and says, "Greetings, soldier."
Thank you, sir. I wish to ask if we may. I look over at Zakar and I just go, rent your boat.
Higher?
Are the rest of you on the boat by now?
I look at them on the
imagine
dock.
we followed.
Zakar
All, like,
definitely
10 of you.
followed Wild.
Okay.
I mean, maybe let Zakar and Wild go first, just
Okay.
before we,
Mhm.
Fair enough.
completely take over this poor man's ship.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Or
Person.
This poor Warfort ship.
yeah,
I just nonetheless, this is my captain, Zakar, captain of Black Ram. I mean, Baron of Black Ram. Black Ram is a place, not a ship.
And 6'4" would step forward and to shake your hand, Zakar.
very good.
And be like, "It's a pleasure, Baron."
We're making a venture to Grick, as it were. Before the world was thrown into chaos, I meant to use my own ship, which availed itself, the Second Wind. But, alas, that appears to no longer be an option.
It has been well, I wouldn't call it a problem, but unmanned ships have been availed to whoever needed them in the moment. Not my doing, just the way the wind blows these days. So it does not
Quite
surprise
so.
me to learn that you're missing your craft.
You see Wild in the background just being like, I did steal that boat, to be fair. And,
But you say you're headed to Grick. Not that it's any of my business, Baron, but what could possibly be waiting for you there?
I'm hoping, dearly hoping, that there are answers waiting for me. Having received a very specific, very pointed message on the subject concerning the history of the world, concerning the history of that, he points up at the sky, and related to the ye old bard Dunham, no less, all tied together in some sort of mystery or history or not, or all of the above, really. So I need to get to Grick, tear into the jungles until I find some appropriate ruins in which we're going to cast a ritual on, and hope that we didn't just waste far too much time when there is none left.
Sounds dreadfully complex and important.
Zakar nods solemnly.
6'4" would look away from you guys for a moment, thinking on what you said, and then would raise a hand and call for their first mate. And when their first mate arrives, they would just very briefly be, ask like, "Are we, ready to make? Have we completed whatever preparations we were doing?" They would receive the affirmative on that, and then pretty quickly 6'4" would be like, "Well, then it seems that we're available, and I am willing to help." Do you plan to leave immediately?
Yes, I believe immediately would be best. What is your price for this journey? Not that gold has much meaning in the world at the moment.
There has been a misunderstanding. I have gone out of my way to make my fleet available to the kingdom in this time of need. And it sounds like what you are doing is important. So we're going to do it.
Shit.
I see.
Um,
Well, yes, very well. I mean, what the chieftain returned with Trag the Ninth. I mean, Watchets is in a stronger position than ever. At least, well, given the apocalypse upon us.
Mhm.
I can share further details of the mystery and what we've already uncovered, but let us be underway. Zakar turns and waves to the to everyone else still
Mhm.
On shore and like waves them
Sure.
up.
Yeah. There's room if it's going. It might it might be a little sparse living conditions on the boat, considering that you're traveling with a troll and a warg. But you guys will pull it off. Um,
The troll, the warg, and me all
Yeah.
sleep on the top deck.
yeah. A couple other points of note. The first mate that I mentioned, 6-4's first mate, similarly shares a devotion to the craft of seamanship. Additionally, their chassis reflects their purpose from during the war. They have been imbued with arcane power sources, making them a sort of mobile magic item. So instead of having feet, their legs come to points and they just float a couple inches off the ground. Where their hands should be, they instead have short blades and emitters for magical bolts. So they're effectively like a light artillery unit. But in stark contrast to the manners of the Commodore, they have chosen to express themselves as ostentatiously as possible. Their chassis is covered head to toe in colorful paint and clothes. Rather than try to adopt any particular style of fashion or art, they have chosen to apparently cover themselves in as many different colors as they possibly can. This distinct style has earned them the moniker of Hue.
Looks as
Like all the colors.
Anyway,
very Aztec-y.
I bend down to Pem and Brando, and I just go, man, you ever just look at another manufacturer's type, and then you just think, wow, enviable. You guys get that sometimes, or is that just me?
Brando just pats Wild's shoulder and back.
I know, right? I wish I
Just
could be
no
bigger.
words.
I wish I could be bigger.
Oh, I was muted. Yes. No, I feel it. Look at all
Oh.
those colors.
I know, right? It was beautiful. I'd be distracted.
Yep.
It's
Did you
healthy
say this person
appreciation.
was this
Yeah, exactly.
this person's a first mate? You said.
yes, Hugh is the
Hugh.
first mate. If it wasn't
also
clear, I
seems
just
to
noticed
have
it doesn't put their name at the top of these art windows. So if it wasn't clear, Hugh's name is spelled H-U-E.
Yeah, like the color.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I see no hands on him.
Absolutely.
hands.
Correct. No need.
No hands, no
Plants.
feet.
Why do you need it? Why do you need hands or feet? Perfect unity of design.
Definitely
and
a
function.
different design. It's cool.
I know, right?
Sometimes.
I like being a bear. As Wild looks down at his hairy, chubby form.
Yeah, but I mean, he doesn't have a hammer for a foot.
It's true.
That is true. Does have knife hands though. So it's Brando.
That's pretty badass.
Brando. Thought for later. Knife hands.
No
How do I
hands.
hug with
What's
knife
wrong?
hands? How do I hug with knife hands? Take knife
wait,
hands
wait.
off the board.
You digging claw.
What? Well, yeah, we're making you digging claws
Oh yeah.
I
someday.
wonder if we ever finish that.
You didn't.
Just look over at
Money in
just
and
look
just-
over at 64, and I just start bringing the remaining supplies on board, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
I'm just helping. I'm helping now.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Anyway, you guys can get underway. That's perfectly fine.
Are these all the pallets you guys have? Like I could like do this with one arm, and then
At the risk of allowing the joke to get away from us,
Oh.
if I assume at some point, you guys are going to be, you guys have a lot of time to kill while you're at sea. At some point, one of you would be talking with 6-4 and refer to them as the captain, and they would correct you. Their rank is Commodore.
The Commodore.
No,
The
excuse me.
Commodore 64. Okay, I got it.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Good. We're all
I
we,
understand.
we all made it. We all got there.
I was wondering because they were the captain of the Sea Fox, so I thought you might be going like an Nintendo 64 type thing.
I was thinking
Like a Star
Nintendo
Fox?
64.
No, as a matter of fact,
Son of a bitch.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, Ann, because Sea Fox is the name of a game for the Commodore 64. I had to look it up.
Ah, okay.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's like Sea-Fox is a game for the Commodore 64.
I did not have
Son of a
that
bitch.
system, so I didn't know it.
You son of a bitch.
I'm not familiar with it. It's just I was looking at a list of games and I was like, that sounds like a ship name.
My
Oh, I just
brothers
noticed. He's
had a
he's got
Commodore
little
64.
transcribe.
Yeah.
Yes. No. That's the whole thing. Look, because there's a non-binary, there's a trans flag out there as well. Like I fucking love
That's cool.
Hugh. Hugh's great.
He was great.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, good.
She was the she was
Everybody picked up on that too. Happy Pride, everybody.
Yeah.
everybody. She was the epitome of like Warforged. Fucking like no, dude. That's whatever gender dysphoria is. She was the opposite of that. She was
Yeah.
gender euphoria.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was gender celebration.
Gender Yeah.
Yes.
he was a gender parade. Anyway, much great time will pass. I will once again push the clock forward.
I read everyone a child's story entirely in Draconic.
Mhm.
I
It's
also
a
agree- Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say it was like it's a tale about 3 orcs who climb a mountain, and then one orc finds a hat and then puts on the hat, and then the other 2 orcs kill him
Mhm.
because they also want the hat, and then they just kill one another, and then the last orc has the hat, and then he gets killed by a different orc who takes his hat. Doesn't even know why.
He wants his hat back.
There we go. There we go. Oh, that's what gosh means. In common, yes, he wants his hat back. You're right. I thought at first it means no one knows, but it actually means he wants his hat back.
Yep. I
Thank
like that
you,
story. It's very
Thank you
silly.
for right.
About the
Correct.
introduction.
Hey,
Right,
Wild,
exactly.
did I tell you
Also-
I talked to Cinnamon?
Beautiful.
He just said
Okay.
Cyrus Bacon. That was all he said. But he's alive.
Poetic.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's everything you need.
if you want, I can send him a message. If you want to just tell me words, I can try to like say what you're saying.
DM, can I construct a rudimentary draconic sentence?
I'm glad that you brought that up. I was just doing the math. So you guys are going to settle in on Grick on July 9th. On June 29th, you may add the draconic language to your proficiencies.
Let's go.
It's coming.
Let's fucking go. It's been a long motherfucking time coming. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, you've been at it for a hot minute.
I'm super happy. I have never earned a language in D&D before. You know what I mean?
It's very
Oh
hard.
shit!
It-
You've never done it the hard way.
I've never
I mean,
done it
like-
the hard way.
Like who has? To be honest.
To be fair, yes, literally, who has? But doing it the hard way is really fucking fun and really fucking great because I've been really excited to
Mhm.
do all the stupid like learn draconic phonics.
Yeah, typically if you're playing the kind of game where you have to spend that kind of time investment to learn something, you're not gonna survive that long probably. If you're in that
Right?
kind of game.
Yeah. Yeah. So having it build naturally like this has been very fun.
Anyway,
So
yeah.
Okay. My very rudimentary message to Cinnamon is, all right, Cyrus, ask him, I guess in EOS, all Draconic is just Klingon. 'Cause
Okay.
I've been watching too much Star Trek, and
Yeah.
half of that was real Klingon.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. I'm gonna need you to repeat those sounds back to me, like real slow.
So basically, what I have Cyrus say is, Wild asks, "Hello, Cinnamon. How are you? Are you okay? Have you been fed? And
Okay.
and finally, where are you?
Ooh.
No, not where. No, Cyrus, not where are you?
Okay.
Ask Cinnamon if they're happy."
Yes, that's good. Okay. It occurs to me.
Hmm.
Sending's just in their mind.
Uh-huh.
He just understands, doesn't he? It doesn't matter what language you speak.
I wasn't gonna correct you because I thought it was really cute.
I'm gonna attempt to do it anyways. Just
Yeah.
if I butcher the pronunciation, will he understand it anyways?
Here's what I'm gonna have you do, because you don't know Draconic, Cyrus, but
I don't.
But like, Wild's gonna put down in front of you on a piece of parchment what you're supposed to say, and then coach you through how to say it, so that you understand
yeah.
the words at least and how they would be said aloud. And then, because he's helping you, I'm gonna give you advantage, but I'm gonna make you make a performance check.
Okay.
Because we like
Performance.
rolling dice here.
Let's go, little buddy. Performance check with advantage. Let's go, 17.
Thank you, advantage.
That's good. 20 total of 21. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are confident that you got the point across. What exactly was your message?
Has he eaten? Is he safe? And
Hello,
is he
yeah.
happy? And also hello.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's from Wild. I make sure to say
Yeah,
that
also-
Wild says this.
Yeah.
Cool.
The response you get, Cyrus, strangely, you get the feeling that Cinnamon probably doesn't have a great grasp of Draconic.
Mm.
But he does respond with a couple of words that he does understand. He lets you know that he's being fed very well,
Okay.
and in
While he's eating.
relation to your other
That's
two
good.
questions, he thinks really hard about it and then says, "I'm not home. I'm bored."
Aw.
He will go to hunt and eat things.
Do you want me to say anything else? I repeat. I tell Wild
Mhm.
that. Do you
Yeah.
want me to send him anything else? Should we ask him if he wants us to come meet him? I mean, not that we could take out a red dragon. Also, then we'd have to fight his mom. Never mind. We're not in a position to ask that yet.
I also don't think he would know where he is.
That's true.
Tell Cinnamon that if he wants to come home, let us know.
Okay.
We'll come get him and take him home. For right now, we are on an important mission. So only call if really necessary.
I don't think he can call. I think we have to call him.
Well, we'll tell him we'll call him Tuesday. We'll call him next Tuesday.
Okay, we'll call to check in. I'll ask
Mhm.
if he's okay with me calling to check in,
There you go, Brad.
and then all the stuff that Wild said.
All the stuff
So-
that he said.
I know. Bless your heart. So as a fellow DM, I will remind you. Let Cinnamon know that he is welcome to come home at any time.
Mhm.
We will check in weekly, and the next thing that I will say is, I'm such a parent right now. Try and ask for your camp counselor to have more fun things to do during the day. You know what I mean? Do you like beads? Maybe they have a bead workshop. Like literally, like he's at camp.
I think he would. You're sending that out,
Yeah.
Cyrus?
Yeah.
Okay.
I let you all know. I let you all know immediately. If anything happens to Cinnamon, I will kill Cinnamon's parents. I will absolutely kill Cinnamon's parents if Cinnamon's parents are made to him.
no, we agree.
Pretty quickly,
okay.
Cinnamon would respond to all of that, like not even answering most of the questions you asked, just like, yes, I would like to come home. And then waits a beat and is like, be careful of the mother.
Ooh.
Cyrus, I know it's kind of a waste to only send one word with a spell. Just send okay.
Well, can we tell them we'll come as soon as we can?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Say,
I'll
yeah,
tell them.
okay. Say okay. Hold tight.
Okay, yeah, okay. Hold tight.
Okay,
We have
done.
to find him first.
He responds, bacon.
Wild takes a seriousness to him. It's just like I gotta go do push-ups on the deck.
Yeah.
Hey, do any of your Warforged buddies know about fighting dragons?
Not nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Ain't never fought a dragon before. That's why I'm doing
You were
push-ups.
never in a dragon war?
Just want to do push-ups.
Yeah.
I assume they have fire breath, and I assume magic spells, and they can fly because they have wings.
She was terrifying.
It's cheating. So we gotta figure out a way. Let's stop being afraid of dragons, and then we have, or maybe I look over at Grey Club. This is so stupid. Wild would do this. Wild would look over at Grey Club and just be like, Grey Club, if you had to rescue a small red dragon from a large red dragon, what would you do?
While you're doing push-ups, Great
Yeah, while
Club
I'm
comes
doing
over
push-ups.
and like he squats down to get a little closer to your level. While you're telling him all of this, and he thinks really hard. And he looks at you and he looks to the horizon and he thinks very, very hard about what he's going to say. He opens his mouth to speak at one point and then thinks better of it, thinks a little harder, and then leans and then nods in assurance that he's come to a conclusion, and then he leans down and he says very, very confidently,
Yes.
Great Club.
Mhm.
And then he gives you a little finger pistol.
Why didn't I think of that before? Finger picks the back. Stop doing push-ups. Put your hand on Cyrus' shoulder.
Huh?
Everything's gonna be okay, Cyrus.
Cyrus, listen, we
Okay.
have to throw Great Club at the dragon.
So, well, no, technically here's the thing. Grey Club is a troll, and the only thing that stops the regeneration is fire, so actually we cannot throw Grey Club at the fucking troll.
Oh no! Oh no!
One thing that Grey Club actually said is he said fire will hurt me bad, and I can't deal with that. Please don't make me do that. That's what Grey Club said to me. I need you all to know that we can't have him fight the dragon, okay? He said, I'm out, dude. I'm fully out. Count me 0. So we need somebody else. Cyrus, Grey Club is fully out of the dragon fight. I have to look over at Zakar and just be like, Zakar, do we know any other good fighters who could like fight a dragon?
Only with some other dragon type.
Actually, wow, that's a good point. Hey, Cyrus, did we ever talk to Morig?
Oh no! I forgot to check on Morig. I will call Morig.
Christ alive.
Okay.
Sorry.
Morig.
Our 14th pint. 15th pint? I don't know what
The
number we're at.
14th pint.
Our 14th and a half pint.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our 14th and 3/4 pint? I don't know. How close was he to joining us?
I mean, he was a player character.
I mean, he was
Legit.
I think he was on the payroll technically.
He was one of
Yeah,
us.
I-
Technically, he was a powder of the barrel. He's a full pint. No, he's full pint. He's 14th.
Yeah.
He's full 14th.
I mean, he's definitely still on Zakar's payroll. Like,
Hmm.
Zakar's looking at his wallet, just going like, "Shit, I'm still paying him."
Damn,
Whoops.
I'm seeing my
Um,
fucking PayPal statement every month. Like, oh shit, that guy still.
Yeah, exactly,
Um,
exactly. It's just like, oh,
All
well, I
right.
mean, it's only relevant now that the world
Let-
got
let-
scrambled.
left
'Cause,
auto
I
pay
mean,
on.
because I mean, he's been with us in lockstep like for kind of through the entire Tearfang campaign, really.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. Legit. Like he's no, it's a smart thing to ask about him. Where the fuck is Morig? Where did he go?
I mean,
So-
just-
Morig was the fourth character that died. He, much like Wild, was transported to the top of a mountain and fell down it. He, unlike Wild, had blood to bleed after he lost his leg and arm.
Okay. Morag would tell you that he is safe and shit's busy in Fairbrook.
He's in Fairbrook.
Mhm.
Hey, that's convenient.
A few people down there, man. We might. I'm not gonna lie, we might fucking hit Brick, and then we might think about hitting Mornstead, and then maybe Fairbrook, and oh goodness gracious.
I mean, yeah, no, there's a bit of a route forming. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, a small one. At the very least, we. Oh, Cyrus, can you contact Aurelian?
Sure.
Well, the other thing is that if we do find what we're looking for on Grick, then we're gonna have a whole other objective to follow up over by like Glenn's Landing.
Correct. So popping
What's
to
that?
Grick to hit Mornstead to then back down to Fairbrook, Glenn's Landing, hit up Dock. Yeah, we're looking at a little bit of like a kind of funky square.
I mean,
We're
the
making a
thing
jelly
is-
bean.
The thing is, though, I mean, like, yeah, we want all of our people, but you're also talking about like venturing around the perimeter of a continent.
Yeah, the car. You're right.
Like, it's a kind of thing that I don't know if we got that kind of time.
You're right. You're right about that. I don't know if we have that kind of time. All right. One thing, as it goes. Let's see what we find in Greek.
Okay.
We have to see what we find in Greek.
Did you want me to contact Aurelian?
Yes, please.
Okay. We know
I-
last week we have checked on him sort of recently, but it's been a couple days.
I was about to say,
Oh.
it was like I look at everybody else and just go. He said he was leaving Skyguard with everybody else, right? Like y'all remember that, right?
I think that was the other person who was up there.
Oh, I thought they were all bailing.
They probably are. I just don't know if they're together.
That's fair.
We have not
Um,
confirmed that they're actually together.
That's
Yeah,
fair. I
you're
just
thinking
I
of-
just figured.
David,
Grim.
I think.
Grim,
I was
Grim's in-
thinking. Oh, it's Grim. Yes, I
Yes,
was thinking
Davin's
of
also there.
Grim.
I think
Uh,
Davin is also there. Yeah.
Okay.
But nonetheless, we need to make sure that Aurelian is at least either, if he's still in Skyguard, if he's evacuating with the others, if he's going to Mornstead, what's happening.
Okay.
We all know that the Duma is kind of a thing. It's a thing.
I will call Aurelian. Give him the usual.
Aurelian would respond that he is still very safe in Mornstead and that you do not need to worry about him. He is a man of means.
Safe in Mornstead. Cool. He is no
Correct.
longer running from the turmoil.
Perfect.
The maelstrom. That's the word.
Mhm.
All right.
Oh,
So
can I
what-
ask in my message if he has met with Grim?
I think he doesn't answer that question.
Okay.
He just
Ah,
he just
freaking
doesn't he
Gravecaller.
just doesn't answer it.
Grave callers. I hates them. Their secrets is.
Just kind of shrug and just go, well, at least if they're in Mornstead, they probably have access to a boat. Aurelian's smart. If he needs to get out of there, he's safe.
Okay.
All right.
All right. The 6-4 would want to know a little bit more about how you would like to be dropped off once you reach Grick. How you want that to occur.
Right. That is a good opinion. That is a good point. I look over at Sakara, Pemberley, Cyrus, and Brando and just go like, do we just have them like wait off the coast and just, return
it.
to our point of location? Yeah, drop and then return to extract.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
It,
As
it
long as we have a Cyrus or a Pemberley,
true.
like that's not hard to do.
And not only that, but if need be, as long as we have a Silas or a Pemberley, we could make a small, additions or, changes. We could just be like, all right, go to the south a little
Sure.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's, yeah. We just let them know that it's just like we're gonna let them dock off the coast. We'll take a rowboat onto the shores of Grick.
Sure.
And then, if all things go according to plan, we should emerge basically where we came from.
Mhm.
If shit goes tits up, they will get a message,
Okay.
and we will tell them further information upon Fubar.
Sure. And if they stop hearing from you for, if they don't hear from you for like a week straight, they will
Yeah.
they will assume the
Abandon
worst.
us. Yep.
Yeah.
I would say even like shorter than that. Like if you don't get a telepathic message like every 72 hours, like get lost.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good point. If you don't hear from us once every 3 days, you can go ahead and leave.
All right.
Either we are dead or we are on a different, or we're gone.
Or we're just too far.
Yeah, or we're gone.
Yeah. Just don't forget to be in touch.
Mhm.
Okay.
No worries, Commodore.
All right. You arrive at Grick. From far off, you can see it has very tall, dense jungles, jungle canopies. But you do manage to find a place that is worthy of approach. Hugh personally handles the ferrying of you guys all to shore. They wish you the best of luck, and then they return to the ship, which hangs just off the coast. Is there any particular, like, we're looking at the map here, like, any particular, like, landing point you guys want to pick?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like where you had it, where it's like on this little point.
Just hit it right here? Okay, we'll just put,
This,
put the
this
corner
little
there.
bluff.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. This little bluff. Also, it drew a pretty good line
Mm-hmm.
from Watchit's. Oops, that's not the one that I wanted. It drew a pretty good line from Watchit's down to that little prick. Yeah.
Okay. Good deal. What is this?
Lean down to Pemberley, Cyrus, Brando, and Zakar and just go, anyone else find it weird that he can still row with the gun hand and the knife hand?
I hadn't thought
Maybe
about
they
it.
extend and
Well, it's
they turn
impressive,
into
though.
puddles.
What? No.
That was
He just
the first thing I was
rode.
thinking, but
No, it just rode with.
Next time, when we go back, I have to watch this technique. Their technique.
I'm not gonna
I don't know how
lie.
it works.
Wild looks at his own hands and he just says, I'm not gonna lie, like, it kind of makes me jealous. But then again, I
Hands-
guess if I didn't have my hands, I couldn't get grips on people.
Yeah, hands are so useful for grabbing things. How are you
So
gonna hold a book up for Cinnamon if you can't grip a book?
Wow, Cyrus,
Be right back.
how can I do this? Make a constitution. God, I want to be able to make Cyrus make constitution checks whenever I
Oh, yes, exactly. Hang on.
You're the only one that I could squeeze so hard, and I don't know why.
It's because I got
Because
this armor. Oh, that was a good squeeze, though. That was a pretty good squeeze. Blah.
Sorry, Cyrus. Sorry. I just put Cyrus down.
All right.
Fortunately, I'm very squishy.
Describe your what's the plan now that you're here?
Let's see. Do you want me to call the friends we think are on Grick?
I mean, that's a reasonable idea.
Or
Um,
alternately, I could try to locate object on their friendship coins if we're within 1,000 feet of them. I doubt it, but
Whatever you do, I have. I'll have to use mine in a second. I'll do so after. I think we should definitely contact Pox and Tau, though. Or probably just Pox. How many changelings and also a metallic guy could it be? Be crazy.
contact Pox about what?
Look over at
fact
Zakar.
that, hey, Pox, we're on Grick now too.
Oh yeah.
We landed on the northwest coast.
By the way, are you with the little robot buddy?
Also, yeah, did you find a Modron?
Mhm.
You're gonna send that message?
Yep.
Cyrus? Okay. You get a response pretty quickly from Pox saying, that's good to hear. We thought we saw a ship off the coast. And gonna level with you, don't know what a Modron is, but would they mayhap look like a walking box?
I call back.
Yes, that's him. That's him, my beautiful boy.
I call back. Yes, that's our friend Tau 9585.
Yeah.
He has so many different features. He has multiple right angles.
Pox would respond, stay right where you are. We'll be there shortly.
Oh, they're on their way.
Yeah. And within the hour, you would be approached by Pox the Changeling, Towered 9585, and Mazoga Ragash.
Mazoga!
Oh, shit.
Is Mazoga a tiefling?
She's an orc.
No, Mazoka's an orc.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I think? I think I'd written down that they were with a tiefling for some reason. My brain's
Don't
really...
know where you
How
got
I
that
always
idea.
remember is Mazak and Mazoga.
Yeah, okay, I remember her, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
freaking red armor.
She's the
Mhm.
she's the custodian of Black Ram Keep.
Tau, Pox, Mazoga.
Well, this one has her name above it.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
it just has. That's just an issue of ownership,
Gotcha.
basically.
Hmm. Hey, Toward.
Howard. And
I give Tao a big head.
I got
Yay.
one more.
He's my little guy. He's my little
Yeah.
bugs.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be Primus one
There's
day.
Pox.
And there's Pox.
I love that art.
Oh,
And they're all
Tao.
extremely happy to see you. And I will add, surprised that you know all of them. Because these three people had definitely never met each other before.
Yeah.
And they're like, what are the fucking chances that we're all friends of yours and we've never met?
We spend about 10 minutes just going around in a circle,
Mhm.
being like, "Oh, hey, Pepperly,
Yeah.
this is Pox. Pox, this is
Crazy story. You'll never
Yeah.
guess how we met.
But they've really, the three of them have had plenty of time to catch up with each other. They have spent literally every day since the blip being as slippery as possible around the locals, which have been a thing, you guys.
Yeah, well, the locals are gonna get to eat a whole lot of sand. Because we need to tear this island down until we can find some big, fancy ruins. Or shitty little ruins. It doesn't really matter at this point.
Let's just go. And an addendum. One drow.
Mhm.
One drow.
Character Wild, have you explained that to us yet?
God, that's actually a really good fucking question. How do I explain? Yes. On our boat ride, Wild is definitely gone
Okay.
into like, all right, guys, here's what happened in Dorja.
Yeah.
where
okay.
I tell you everything that happened in Dorja. So we met Dorja King. He told me you have to get all those stuff back. Once you get all the stuff back, Dorja's going to be on his side, okay? So I went ahead and I did it, and then I contacted them, and I had Brain Blast. She's cool. She's sad. I bet I could just, like, take it, or I don't know, maybe, like, convince her to come back. I don't know. Larth is dead as shit, though.
So Wild,
That's one thing we could all agree upon.
Wild, before you get any deeper into this explanation, I'll go ahead and throw you a bone because I had kind of forgotten about this. I think at some point, probably while you're at sea, Shamira would put the armor back on. So you would feel the connection reestablish itself, and as soon as it does, and the connection between the two of you is loud and clear, she would immediately, she would inform you that she got the armor because she stole it in a scuffle with Silkblood that happened many, many years ago. And in response, you're going to have to tell her why you have the armor.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not gonna lie. I am one four loco deep. Tipsy. But if I remember correctly, the leader of Dorja, when asked, what would the 5 pints be able to do to guarantee the nation of Dorja to put their backs behind fighting Alabar, and I fucking make note to focus her mind on the sky, like that.
So you're basically going to inform her, like, I accepted the task of retrieving the armor in
return for
exchange
fealty.
Yeah. I got you. Okay. And she is thusly informed. She then, shortly thereafter, probably within like 5 to 10 minutes of that happening, she thinks on it for a while before you get a vision of a place that she considers her current base of operations, which includes, like, you see like some tents and a little shack and, or a little cottage out in some woods just off the coast of the eastern continent. In return, she learns the location and details of Bifrost.
Deal. Easy peasy. Absolutely. Wild wouldn't even think twice about that.
Yeah, he's like,
You'd just be always.
That's fair.
You've told me you've told me where your home is. I will tell you where my home is. Bifrost is slightly southeast of Odenheim. It's very wonderful. There's all right, so you totally have to go to the bar.
It's great this time of year.
It's great this time of year.
Yeah.
It's just there.
Anyway, so you guys are going to be on Grick for the foreseeable future. What I would like to see is some investigation checks.
Investigation.
Investigation.
Can I give somebody the help action, or alternatively, roll a survival check?
Let's see. Let me think. Okay, I think for your purposes, because I know for a fact, Wild, that you can commune with nature, which helps you in these kinds of things. So, yeah, I would let you have survival with advantage because you're being helped by nature itself.
I literally take 10 minutes and learn.
The rest of you, I think there's enough NPCs to give each of you the help action that you guys can make this check with advantage. I am going to make the DC 20.
Got it.
And each one of you that doesn't make it, that's another day it takes you to find this place.
Oh, no.
Dub sixes. Hey, all right. Hey, an 18. Not bad. Ooh, there's a 19. Oh,
Wow.
14
Wow.
and a 16. That's everybody.
You guys
Damn,
just
plus
fucking
6 too.
with advantage. There
With
was.
advantage.
Oh yeah, Zakar, roll with advantage.
Please roll with advantage.
You guys had advantage, and you rolled one number in the double digits.
Wait, did Zakar roll his second dice?
He did roll his second dice. He rolled a 4 and a
darn.
19. That's an
wait.
8. That's an 18 plus 1, and that's the only double digit number any of you rolled.
It's
Can
the
I have-
only double
can
digit
I-
any of us rolled. That's crazy.
Can I have given someone guidance?
Wait a minute. Zakar. You have a +1 from taking a -1. You could use your +1 on that 19 if you want.
Oh, that's true.
You gotta do it, dude. You're the only one fucking even possible. That's so silly.
I could do the no. I could do the 2, right? Or maybe the 2? 'Cause I got an 18.
Yeah, you could do it too.
Yes.
you can.
Yes.
God, your
Nothing
check
can
is
save
insane.
my 6.
God, you had a +10 on that check. That's ugh.
But I mean, I forgot about this, so it's probably too late now. But in the future, I have guidance.
Okay,
I can-
well,
I
you
can guide
have
you
to
a little
cast it
bit.
before they do the check.
I know. I'm sorry.
So,
I didn't think.
you don't have to be sorry. It didn't work.
Yeah.
So all I'm gonna say is that it takes as many days as those of you that didn't make the check.
Okay, so that's 3 at least.
We're
Taylor.
currently it's everybody. Currently,
Oh,
it's-
yeah,
it's,
true.
currently
Once.
it's gonna take you 5 days. If you wanted to
But-
turn that down, do
Ah.
something about it.
The only thing we could do is make it into 3 days. Do you guys want to make it into 3 days?
I'll turn it into 4 right
Good
now.
with that, yeah.
All right. We got. All
Okay,
right.
so Pemberley's gonna spend the 2, and Zakar's gonna spend the
Yeah.
1. Do I have
Yeah.
that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. We're turning
Okay.
this into a 3-day search. Okay.
We're gonna make it work, you guys. We're gonna make it work.
Where is
Going through the jungle.
Okay, I just gotta do it. My calendar's a little goofy, you guys. Okay.
No worries,
3
buddy.
days later. 3 days later, you guys find amongst almost completely obscured by overgrowth. You find some stonework. Pretty nondescript, like a big box-shaped piece of stonework, maybe like 30 to 50 feet on a side, depending on which side you're looking at it. And there is on one end of it an opening with like a 30-foot wide staircase that goes downward. Given the amount of cover this structure has from the overgrowth and the canopy and the eclipse, the staircase goes down about 30 feet and then you can't see anything else. It's very dark.
Do any of
For
us
traps.
dark vision? Oh wait, we have a
I-
drop.
I was about to. I was.
Bro.
Yeah.
Since when do we not have dark vision? We're pissing in it.
That is fair.
Not only that. Hey Cyrus, which one of us has a cape right now? I think you do.
It is I.
Yeah.
I have.
Okay.
Do you
Bro,
need it
You.
back?
Robe of eyes.
No,
Gadgeteer's
buddy.
goggles.
You have dark vision out to 120 feet.
That is very helpful.
You probably see farther in the dark than anybody here.
I peer into the darkness.
True.
Yeah, you can see down the stairs. They go down. You can see well in front of it. I think
You could factually see twice as far as us.
I think Pemberley wanted to search for traps. So I'm going to take an investigation check from Pemberley.
It's like oh my god, that's sick.
That is a gorgeous nat 20.
Your dice are
Solid.
completely black for me, so I don't see the number.
Yeah,
but
I have to
whenever
wait.
they
I have
find-
to wait for the result. I'm like, that's just a rock. She just carved a rock.
Yeah.
I'm just so goth, y'all.
Yeah. So Pemberley, you can kind of like take point and keep an eye out, and you don't see any traps the whole time you guys are descending these stairs. So you are quite safe with that nat 20. So assuming you guys all go down there,
Oh yeah.
feel free to interrupt me before I make assumptions like, yes, all dozen of us are going down there.
We're all going.
Okay.
No, you got it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
You descend the stairs for a solid minute or so. It goes down quite a ways. Toward the bottom, it starts to get a little narrower to ferry you kind of toward the center. The stairs are eventually interrupted by a wall, but there is an archway that allows you to proceed for another 10 feet down into a roughly 50-foot cubic chamber that has a dim blue-green light coming out of it.
Uh-oh.
I peer into the chamber.
Okay. You peer in. You see there's some columns holding up the ceiling here. There's some braziers in the corner giving off some orange light, but most of the light is actually a kind of an arcane glow coming from a pedestal in the middle of the chamber. And why don't I fix this fucking map, because it should not have token vision.
You don't have a token vision.
So pretty.
That is
So-
cool.
He's
So
good.
That's from Mr. Riven.
This is I'm proud to say this was bespoke, made by your dungeon master himself in a program called Dungeon Alchemist. Recommend it. It's really cool. It lets you do shit like this.
Legit. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
10 out of 10.
Yes.
Is this
Anyway.
ball floating?
Anyway, there was a floating ball, like a disco ball type thing. You guys would be at the top of these stairs that are kind of coming out the lower right of the frame.
Yeah. Wild immediately turned into ape mode.
You're just like, ooh, things. Fuck.
What is that big floaty?
Mhm.
I look at Pemberley in the car. It's like, fuck, do I hit it?
Does she recognize that glyph?
From, I would say, if you wanted to get a better, it's definitely an arcane glyph. You can tell just by peeking at it. But I would say if you wanted to
pick you
get a
up and
good
hold you
look
up.
at it, you'd have to be closer to it.
Pick you up and I hold you up and I
Start
walk you
flying with the
closer.
boots.
Oh,
Oh, you're gonna
Camera
float.
in my
You're gonna
hands.
float in. Okay.
Rando starts doing this.
be careful.
Hover a good
Just,
distance.
Okay.
Rando's doing a little dance.
Is Pemberley the only one going in right now?
I'll go in.
I guess investigation. Or does it seem safe?
I'm gonna say Pemberley's nat 20 investigation to check for traps means you guys are good. If there was gonna be a trap down here, I would tell you.
We are
But
going
Pemberley
in.
has not seen such a thing.
Wild walks behind Pemberley, hiding behind Pemberley, even
Okay.
though that's impossible.
Okay. She barely obscures your head.
Correct.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you're
Rando's
not going in.
Correct.
Okay. I didn't hear
Nobody's
anybody,
that
so I'm assuming everybody enters the room.
Correct.
Yeah, Pemberley, you're taking point on this, and as you guys all start to descend these stairs and you get past the threshold, as you all enter this room, you feel a sudden, very uncharacteristic for the locale you're in, a cold breeze billows in from behind you. And it kind of drawn into the chamber. And this weird, unnatural zephyr kind of circles around the center of the room, right about where this pedestal is in this rune. And you guys all watch as this freezing air swirls and gathers and it crystallizes into the shape of a statue made of pure frost, in the shape of a person. And as the wind dies down, this statue gains a layer of texture, which makes it look like it has skin and clothes and a face. It looks like this.
Wow.
Are you Denon?
Oh.
Most of you would recognize this figure from when you played a particular chord on Dunham's lute and saw a magical recording. This is apparently Dunham Fenboros. And as he apparates in front of you, he turns and looks at you all. And very matter-of-factly, he opens his mouth and he speaks a short sentence in Orcish. And then he says something in Elvish. And then he says something in Dwarvish.
Oh, I know.
Right. Well, I got the Orcish. Guys. What the fuck were those
Okay.
other things?
So if you guys understood any of those languages, the thing that he said is, and I quote, "This simulacrum only speaks the common tongue." And then he takes a deep breath and he says, "Greetings, trespassers. Would you be so kind as to identify yourselves, please?"
Sure, Brando Skyfire.
Baron Zakar of Black Ram.
As you guys start talking,
Wild.
he reaches behind his back and just produces from nowhere a clipboard and a quill, a pair of spectacles just like magically apparate on his face, and he's scrawling madly. He's like, Skyfire, wild.
Wild. Profession, wild.
Mhm.
Species, wild.
Yeah.
Good night, Jay.
Shoe size, wild.
He
We're
takes
here because everything's going to end soon, so we're trying to do something about it. We were hoping you'd help us.
Okay, well, that answers my second question on the business or pleasure part. I mean,
definitely business.
Mm-hmm. Right. Anyway, he, after scrawling a bunch of notes on the clipboard, he tosses it to one side. It hits the ground and turns to a pile of snow.
Snow.
I lean down to Pam and just go, I'm not gonna lie, it might be a pleasure. I mean, he's kind of cute, you know what I mean?
He says, so, I am a magical duplicate made of snow in the likeness of Dunham Fenboros, court jester to King Tragsladag IV. Albeit with some alterations made to look the real Dunham Fenboros seem a little more impressive. Don't tell him I said that.
Lean down to Pemberley and I just go, never mind.
And just to be perfectly upfront, my task here is threefold. I am to, firstly, encourage people like yourselves to turn back and leave. And if I can't manage that, I am to onboard you for the delving process. And finally, I am to chaperone them/you as you/them make your/their way through the last rooms they/you are likely to see in your/their lives.
It's very helpful. Thanks.
Please.
I mean,
Completely
if our
understandable.
lives end a little bit quicker, then it's going to end one way or another if we don't do anything.
Yeah, pretty much, because we got an apocalypse up above us. We got the message in your loot after we stole it from your crypt on the, circuitous mission of bullshit. In our era, we're up to Tragsladag the 9th, and we need to save the world, and you're going to help. So, what's your onboarding process?
First things first. Like, I wouldn't know anything about a loot. It's not my loot. I'm not, not Dunham Fenboros. I am just a snowman. I don't.
I think he cares. He has a clipboard.
It's been a long time. I doubt Dunham Fenboros is still around. I'd be very interested to hear that he is still around. It was a very long time ago. At any rate, I should say before we continue, you should not go in, okay? The chambers within have been designed to keep people out, and Dunham had a very, very long time to think of the best way to do that. It should not be seen as a challenge. You will find nothing to show for your efforts. If you're looking for valuables, he didn't keep any here. If you're looking for glory, you won't find it. If you're bored, there's better ways to spend your life, I assure you. There is simply nothing for you here. The best I can say is that if you go down, then when you die horribly, your loved ones will never find out that you died from choking on your own spinal cord or whatever. So
Is there knowledge?
you can just go. I'm sorry you
there's
had to
nothing
come
down
all
there-
this way, but it's really for the best. So to have a safe journey back to wherever you hail.
Why
Yeah,
build all
we-
these traps if there's nothing there?
I agree with Brando, as she said. Did Dunham leave knowledge?
I
We're
am
here
not.
for answers because if no one goes in here, then they're all dead anyway.
Does the name Togier mean anything to you?
He takes a deep breath and he closes his eyes, kind of in exasperation a little bit, and he says, "Okay. Again, we find ourselves not listening."
Sorry. Right, you're not in.
No, it's fine. I thought not. No one ever listens. I get it. Why would you heed the cautionary tales of a snowman, right? Okay, fine.
I'll lean down to Pepperly and just point at the snowman and just go, uppity fuck. Whisper that to you.
Seems to be
Whisper that to you.
programmed that way.
Okay. Serious time over. Fun time begins. He magically produces a cane. And as he continues on his tirade, he starts gesticulating wildly with this cane like he's a carnival barker. And he says, "In the case that you intend to press onward, know that beyond this point is a treacherous subterranean catacomb, the likes of which mortal ken is scarcely conceived of. 4 floors, count them, some big, some small, all deadly, and exhaustively designed from the ground up to thwart, injure, pulverize, mutilate, punish, rend, mangle, perplex, chafe, dishonor, humiliate, murder, and kill anyone foolish enough to proceed." He points the cane at Wild and he says, "Prepare to have your metal tested." And he points at Cyrus and he says, "Prepare to have your body, mind, and patience stretched beyond its limits." He points to Zakar and he says, "Prepare for lethal encounters, deadly traps, confounding puzzles, and other devious botherations." He points to Pemberley. "Prepare to be taunted and ridiculed by a snowman." He points to Brando, finally, and says, "Prepare for death."
One way or another.
Bit early for the Halloween special.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Tell us if you still have time. Why was this place made?
Nope. Without further ado, let's begin the winnowing of your spirits. He pounds the cane against the ground and turns into cold vapor. And where he
Well-
stood, there is just the cool glow of a magic circle. And you hear his voice once again, but this time it just kind of echoes through the room from nowhere in particular. He says, "Just step onto the room on the platform. You will be taken forthwith to your first challenge. You will find a rune like this at the end of each floor of the dungeon, and while you are in transit, I'll hit you with a little poetic guidance that should give you a hint as to what you'll be dealing with. Best of luck."
Okay,
Do we want to take a moment to prepare?
so let's circle it, hold
We have
hands,
prepared.
and then all jump in. That way,
Wait.
it won't separate us. Hopefully.
Wait. Can we stop and prepare before we jump into the magic circle that might kill us?
What do we need to prepare, Cyrus? What do
Yeah,
we need done?
Spells might be useful.
Such as?
It sounds like there's gonna be lots of deadly traps and stuff.
Uh-huh. Do you have them prepared?
I do not. I have,
Assume you have the
Nature
ability.
survival.
Assume you have the ability to, do your long rest shit before you go down here.
Okay.
The sun is yet to leave its 93rd excuse me.
Wild sees that the sun has not left the 37th parallel. Technically speaking, it's not even 3 p.m. yet. You could totally, like, get, if Bahamut's like a solar deity, I assume. He's like, god of justice and stuff. So, like, he'd probably do it like midday or maybe dawn. But, like,
Right.
you probably have a grace period.
All right. If you're willing to let me shuffle my spells,
Yes,
then
go ahead and
we
shuffle
can
them.
proceed.
Okay, I will do one spell on myself, which will be Spider Climb. I've not used that ever, but or wait, no, I don't have that. Never mind.
I cast Speak with Animals.
But I was gonna say, like, you've got Spider Climb because that's freaking awesome.
I look at you and I bark.
It was one of my possible spells, and I wrote yes by the ones I did pick and no by the ones I didn't, but might want to change. So I do not have it.
Oh,
That's all right.
well then, I guess I cast Speak with Animals, and then I grip all of your hands. Onward, friends.
That is a thing, and we all jump in at the same time whenever we're all ready. We
Okay.
count-
I cast Beacon of Hope. I don't know.
I say let's
Just in
go
case.
in Orca.
In Orca. All right, cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you say
Concentrate
orcish
there.
or orca? Because I'll tell you what I heard.
Nonetheless.
Okay,
Sorry.
friends. Orcaish.
Yes.
Like orcish.
Yeah. First of all, Zakar, everybody's coming with you?
Let's see. I'm gonna go with no.
No?
Okay.
Yeah, no. I agree. Half of our NPCs don't need to come on this deadly
Oh,
adventure.
Understood, yeah.
Just the 5 of us.
Yeah, lit. Y'all,
No,
y'all secure up top, right? Whoa, what do you
Not-
think? What do you think?
Well, Rogan has fulfilled his purpose in getting us this far, so he stays.
Okay.
Gotcha.
A Great Club is Great Club, so he stays.
Gotcha.
Which leaves us Arcade and who's I know we have like one more NPC with us, but now I'm like totally blanking on the list.
Yeah, hang on. Let
I
me get
can't.
the. Let me get
Yeah,
back.
It's like now that the list isn't
Yeah.
in front of me.
Yeah, now let me
Yeah,
get back to
we-
the map. Okay.
There is Pox.
Maxwell, Kropelka, Arcade, Rogan, Great Club, Tau, Mazoga, and Pox.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna say like I am bringing Kropelka, Maxwell, Pox, Arcade. I think the rest can stay.
Oh.
I was about to say, you have to leave somebody up here to make sure that
Yeah.
Tao.
So
that was
Tau's gonna Rogan Great Club is gonna stay. Tau's gonna stay. Mazoga's gonna stay. It sounds like.
Mazoga's gonna stay.
Okay. I believe that's everybody.
No offense, Tao. It's just because I don't want you to be hurt in the deadly maze.
Oh no, and I absolutely do not want to go down there. So you guys have fun.
If,
Oh,
we,
yes.
if we fail, it's your job to save the world. Good luck.
I can do it single-handedly. I'll figure it out. Anyway, have fun dying or whatever.
I lean down to Cyrus and I just go, "He will become Primus one day. It's fine."
All right, friends, we're going to step into the portal, see where it takes us. But it is 10:30, so we're not going to do it tonight? Question mark.
I would like to stop. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
God, as much as I want to continue. Yeah.
Oh, me too. But don't worry. There's
But
plenty.
no,
There's
it's-
plenty of content
The vibe
behind
in the
that
computer says
that
no.
rune.
Computer's actually open right now.
Sorry, what was that, Allie?
Oh, no, my computer's overheating right now. I'm like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Even extra reason.
All right. Everybody say
dude,
goodnight to
it-
the internet, and then we will. Yeah.
Good night, internet.
Internet.
Good night, internet, YouTube.